America with a performance of our national anthem. Here to perform the anthem is Tracy Sage.
All right, back here on HiTom Radio, getting ready for the first pitch from Shepherd Stadium between the HiToms and the Chilli Peppers, as the starter Robert Prairie goes through his warm-up motions on the mound for the Chilli Peppers. Tri-City wearing their all-black uniforms. It says Chilli Peppers in red script writing across the chest with a green outline, yellow numbers on the front as well as the back. Black hats with the red Chilli Pepper logo, and then red, green, and yellow stripes all the way down both sides of not only the pants and also around the sleeves of the Chilli Pepper. Nice black uniforms tonight for the HiToms. It's the blue and cream uniforms with the navy tops saying HiToms in white block lettering, red outlines and red numbers on the front, as well as white numbers on the back. White sleeves with a blue stripe and red stars on the jerseys, and then a navy cap with a red bill, cream pants, red stripes down those, and then the navy stirrups with red and white stripes. We'll get to the dimensions as well as the umpires in just a moment. It's a very small park here at Shepherd Stadium, just 374 to center, 336 down the left field line, as well as 330 to right with a little monster in both right and right center, separated by the scoreboard in right center as well. So it's a little tougher to squeeze one out of here to right as it is to left, but certainly a small park. Saw plenty of balls flying out of the yard in batting practice, so we'll see if we can see some home runs here at Shepherd Stadium for either team, as it's going to be A.J. Roush to lead things off for the HiToms.
Yeah, it's a humid night, so I wonder if that will affect the flight of the ball at all, but like you said, it's just 374 to dead center. This is a park that maybe second only to Finch Field in terms of its inability to hold balls in.
First pitch is hit well out towards right center field. That one's down at the base of the wall for A.J. Roush. Big round around first. Ball quickly in from tonight's right fielder. That's out there in right, Swisher. He throws it in, so Roush goes back to first base. First pitch at 7:06 is hammered to right center for A.J. Roush, and he's aboard with a lead-off single off the base of the wall in right center.
That ball was hit well. That's actually one of the only downsides to having a small ballpark like that, is anything you hit to the wall, you can carry them back pretty quickly, and might have been an extra base hit at other ballparks. Instead, just a long leadoff single.
First pitch swinging at the curveball by Eli Weisner, 0-1 the count.
Good sign, though, for A.J. Roush. You have to say, talking to D.J. Russ yesterday, he said he thinks Roush is turning a corner. He was, based on the way that he was standing in the box, he was keeping his legs more in line with the rest of his upper body, and that's DJ believed that would lead to a breakout, and good start here, 1 for 1 in this game.
0-1 missed up and away with the fastball. No swing from Eli Weisner as he held up. Coming set on the mound is the starter Prairie. He comes home with the 1-1. Check swing on the breaking ball. It gets away from the catcher Bender all the way over to the Tri-City dugout. It doesn't get in the dugout, so only advancing to second is A.J. Roush on a wild pitch. But that one was offered at by Eli Weisner, so it's 1-2 now the count to the HiToms third baseman. Official weather here at first pitch, 77 and cloudy in the South Chesterfield area, Virginia Heights. Thunderstorms possible anywhere from now until 10, 11 o'clock, so we'll hope the rain avoids us. That one hit well on the breaking ball out towards right center. Going back at the track at the wall, it's out of here. 5 pitches in, Eli Weisner goes yard to right center, 95 off the bat, 381, and the HiToms home run leader is up to 5 on the season. HPT leads 2-0, 2 batters in.
Well, that's a good sign. 2 guys in this HiToms lineup that we wouldn't say it's been a slump, but they've certainly not been swinging the bat as well as we saw early in the season. But a rocket of a leadoff single for A.J. Roush. Then Eli Weisner goes the opposite way. Both of those hits to the opposite field, and that's got to feel really good for Weisner. His first home run since June 24th.
Got a curveball hanging at 75 and hammered it. First pitch fastball misses low and away to Mitch Smith, 1-0 the count.
That's the one thing about Rojo Prairie. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Really doesn't use the changeup all that much. The fastball sits 92 to 95.
His 1-0 misses again low and away to Mitch Smith, 2-0 on the fastball.
But the curveball is his big pitch. If his curveball is on and it's locked in, it's really hard for hitters to slow back off of it from the mid-90s fastball, and he locates it pretty well for strike. But when it's not on, and it's not working for him, he has to rely on that fastball. And the fastball doesn't have a whole lot of movement, so it's pretty easy for hitters to square up once they've seen it.
3 straight fastballs missed now from the starter Prairie. His 3-0 offering from the right side, just off the outside corner, a 4-pitch walk to Mitch Smith, and all of the first 3 batters for the HiToms in the top of the first have reached base. First free pass issued from Robert Prairie. Nickname is Rojo, and his teammates love to call him that, as well as everybody here at Tri-City and his college teammates at William & Mary. The senior out of William & Mary grew up around here at Fairfax Station, Virginia. At 5'11", 200 from the right side, he offers his first pitch home, and it misses inside to Eric Grins, 1-0 the count. Well, the curveball, you said it, that's the big pitch. He missed there with it. He had Eli Weisner on 2 curves, made him look foolish, but then he hung one, and Eli Weisner didn't miss. 1-0 fastball up and in, 2-0 the count.
Well, yeah, Weisner's not the type of hitter that is going to miss a hanging breaking ball all that often.
Fastball's pretty lively so far for Prairie. He'll sit in the low 90s right now at 91. Stepped off, now back onto the rubber, and his pitch home is hit well out towards left center. Going back at the track, at the wall, leaping up, it's out of here! Eric Grins has left the yard. It's 4-0, 4 batters into the first. What is going on at Shepherd Stadium?
Well, we said the ball doesn't stay in the yard for long here at Shepherd Stadium. And again, it was jumping out at batting practice. We're just seeing more of the same here. A 2-run homer for Eli Weisner. Then Eric Grins follows him up with a 2-run homer of his own. It's 4-0 here for the HiToms. It's about as good as a start he could have asked for on the road.
Well, we saw a big offensive display from both these teams the only time before tonight that they faced off in a 13-10 HiToms win. HiToms up 4-0, 4 batters in. It's Jarrett Brown now in from the right side. First pitch fastball on the outer half, strike 1. That one off the bat of Eric Grins looked like it would stay in the ballpark for the center fielder Iannuzzi, but it didn't. Swinging and lifting one down the right field line, out of play on the fastball for Jarrett Brown, who's quickly behind 0-2. Prairie likes to work pretty quickly on the mound. It was another fastball this time, hit out of the park. 95 off the bat of Grins. 0-2 fastball, misses low and away, 1-2 to Jarrett Brown. 362 off the bat of Eric Grins to the 381 homer we saw to right center from Eli Weisner. 1-2 from the righty Prairie. Breaking ball, lifted back behind us and out of play.
And speaking of home runs, Jared Brown hit his first in a little while yesterday. It was a rocket off the bat at 100 miles an hour out to right field at Finch Field.
1-2 curveball bounces in the left-hand batter's box. Brown able to hold off. That was where all three of the HiToms runs came from yesterday in the exhibition against the Carolina Disco Turkeys, a game the HiToms lost 7-3. It did take a little bit of momentum away from this HPT squad, but they still had some from that doubleheader sweep, and starting off strong here. 2-2 offering home. On the outside corner with a fastball looking, strike 3 to Jared Brown, and he is the first HiTom retired. Now 17 pitches into the inning, already 4-0.
Well, that was a pitcher's pitch for Prairie on the outside corner. That's one that Jared Brown's a really patient batter at the plate, but all season long we've seen a few too many times where HiToms batters lay off pitches that they know are going to be called strikes.
First pitch on the outer half, now to Bo Rusher, the DH. 0-1, swinging right through the curveball is Bo Rusher, quickly 0-2. Well, Robert Prairie, a guy that likes to work quickly. We heard Matt Little talk how effective that can be. There's strike 3 looking at the knees with the fastball. Back-to-back backwards Ks all of a sudden for the HiToms. 20 pitches in, and now Prairie 1 out away from getting out of the first.
Well, good response for Prairie. You'd think after giving up 2 2-run homers, you might get a little rattled, but he has actually settled in now with back-to-back Ks looking.
He winds and delivers a first pitch curveball way upstairs to Vito Paterno for ball 1.
But I mean, we know that this HiToms offense has been at its best all season. When the top of their order is going well, and AJ Roush leadoff single, Eli Weisner a homer, Mitch Smith draws a walk, and Eric Grintz another homer. Those are the guys that have to get it going for HPT if they want to win, and so far so good.
1-0 breaking ball bounced in front of home plate for Prairie. 2-0 the count as he switches out baseballs with our home plate umpire.
John C. Thomas it is. Get you the umpires as well at third base. Jerry West.
2-0 swung on and missed by Paterno on the fastball. 2-1 the count.
Big pardon, actually Jesse West over at third base, not the former NBA basketball player Jerry West. And then at first base it is Michael Lloyd.
2-1 fastball missed low and away. So now a 3-1 count to Vito Paterno, who bats from the right side. And he checked his swing and fouled off a curveball that he didn't intend to offer at. And so now the count run full. Robert Prairie trying to get out of this inning up to 25 pitches on 2 home runs. The HiToms up 4-0. He winds and delivers a 3-2, comes inside, and he walked Vito Paterno on 6 pitches with the fastball. Second free pass allowed by the starter, Robert Prairie. He went 15 appearances with William and Mary this season, 32 1/3 innings pitched on 36 hits, gave up 25 runs, 20 earned. 17 walks to 40 Ks, 7 home runs allowed, and he's already allowed 2 tonight. A 3-2 record with the Tribe, 2 saves and a 5.57 ERA. Jose Vargas goes the other way and lifts it over the head of the third baseman down the left field line. Going to third is Paterno. Sliding in safely is Vito, and into second with an opposite field double is Jose Vargas in his first AB back with the HiToms.
Well, good to see Jose back in the lineup. A guy who's a clubhouse favorite, and I'd have to say a fan favorite too. Just a quality guy and really good baseball player. He acquitted himself very well for the HiToms in his first stint with them. Took a couple of weeks off here to return home to the Dominican Republic, but he's back and it's like he never left.
Jose was batting .212 through 20 games before he took a couple weeks off. At his first double, as the first pitch fastball finds the outer half now to Joe Delaney, 0-1. Chance for the 9-hole hitter out of Southeast Louisiana to make it a 6-0 game if he were to come up with a base hit. 0-1 pitch off the outside corner with the fastball, 1-1.
Yeah, this is about as good as you could draw up a start for the HiToms.
1-1 pitch. Lifted out towards right center. Will that one touch down? No, it won't. The right fielder Swisher is over into the gap, and he makes the play, but not before the HiToms send 9 to the plate and come across with 4 in the first, courtesy of a 2-run blast of Eli Weisner and another 2-run homer off the bat of Eric Grintz. We head to the bottom of the first. HiToms 4 and the Chilli Peppers coming up on HiTom Radio.
North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow. And we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back here for the bottom of the first, Andrew Sullivan and Will Trubshaw with you on HiTom Radio as the HiToms jump all over Robert Prairie in the top of the first. 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 big blasts from Eric Grintz and Eli Weisner, and it's a 4-0 game as Steven Still, the starter and the lefty out of Loyola, New Orleans, has quite the lead to work with early on.
Yeah, I mean, can't get much better for Steven Still. He's been really good for the HiToms this season. We've seen him a little bit more out of the bullpen than we have on the starting bump, just in an effort to preserve him innings-wise, as he is on an innings limit. But the numbers have been really solid for the ace from Loyola, New Orleans.
Yeah, Steven's still a guy that works with a 4-seam sinker and then a slider as well. 4-seam and sinker in the high 80s. He'll work against Furr, and he delivers home with a fastball to the leadoff batter, Casten Furr, on the outer half for strike 1.
Yeah, sitting at the 5.06 ERA through 10 2/3 innings of CPL play.
His 0-1 at the knees, again with the fastball. Quickly 0-2 the count to the shortstop, Casten Furr, out of New Orleans.
But it doesn't tell the full story. He's got 8 strikeouts to just 3 walks.
And that one just missed up and off the plate with the fastball, so 1-2 the count. Steven's still a big strikeout guy. We'll see if he can strike out Furr to start the first. He winds and delivers and missed up and away with the sinker. 2-2 now the count. New Orleans versus New Orleans with Steven Still out of Loyola and Casten Furr out of New Orleans University playing for the Pioneers. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 3. And down on strikes is Casten Furr. He's Steven Still's first strikeout victim, and there's 1 away now for Cade Swisher in the bottom of the first.
Well, again, that's the Steven Still specialty with the fastball, sinker, changeup, fastball, sinker combination. And he's your strikeout machine, the all-time leader at Loyola for career strikeouts.
First pitch, check swing, appeal down the third. Swisher did not go around as he holds up at a 90-mile-per-hour sinking fastball. 1-0 out of the windup from Steven Still. No swing from Swisher, but that one did find the outside corner, count even to 1-1.
Swisher's had a really good season thus far for the Chilli Peppers, hitting .320 through 14 games.
Chops one foul at the plate on another fastball at 90. 1-2 the count, and Steven Still ahead of another Chilli Pepper.
Not a lot of pop, more of a speed guys. 15 of his 16 hits are singles.
Good signal here for Still with the velocity up to 90 right now. He winds and delivers a 1-2. That one missed up and away with the fastball. Count goes to 2-2.
It's been a little while since Still last pitched. July 4th was his last outing. He went 4 innings and was stapled with the loss.
2-2 pitch, chop foul down the first baseline. We'll do it again. And that one was a game that he didn't really deserve the loss in against the Tobs, a 15-10 loss for the HiToms. But he did get the loss, just giving up, I believe, 1 run in that outing.
That's, yeah, through 4 innings pitched. I mean, that's not a bad outing at all.
It was the go-ahead run, though. He walked 2, struck out 2, and gave up 4 hits across those 4 innings, just throwing over 40 pitches. Another 2-2 offering from the lefty, chopped off the front foot of Swisher, and it stays 2-2. Cade Swisher, a sophomore out of Virginia Tech. The Hokies had quite the year, and they've sent a couple guys here to play for the Chilli Peppers this season. Swisher played in 14 games this season for the Hokies. Another 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, strike 3, looking at the sinker.
And that time Still puts it on the outside corner. No chance Cade Swisher was going to swing at that. Nothing you can do with that pitch. How about back-to-back Ks to start out for Steven Still?
Well, he dotted that one right on the outside corner. Tough pitch to offer at, but with 2 strikes, Swisher just couldn't quite pull the trigger. So 2 up, 2 down. Now Brandon Ike, first pitch on the outside corner to the righty with the fastball. 0-1 the count. Ike, the DH tonight, didn't play in the first game against the HiToms, but he is a power threat at the plate. 0-1, and he hammers it out to left field. Going back is Paterno. Looking up, that one's way out of here. Well, he came into the night tied for the CPL lead with 8 homers. He's now taken the lead over Matt Shark as Brandon Ike, with his 9th homer of the season, the sophomore out of North Carolina, just demolished one to left field, and the Chilli Peppers on the board in the first.
That was about as no doubt as it gets. That ball was crushed. There's some netting out in left field. And if the netting was not there, that ball would have sailed over the houses that are right behind Shepherd Stadium here. That ball was tattooed.
97 off the bat of Ike, and he hits one 370 to left. Now first pitch swinging and missed by Neves. Avery Neves bats from the right side as well. Steven Still will have to work around that hiccup after striking out the first 2 batters in the first. His 0-1 offering just missed at the knees, 1-1.
You can live with solo home runs, though. It's not going to kill you. What's going to kill you is what the HiToms did in the top of the first, getting men on and then leaving the yard.
1-1 offering from the lefty, Still just missed the outside corner. 2-1 now the count to Avery Neves, the left fielder tonight. Neves, a junior out of Lynchburg, at 6'2", 225. 222 average for the Chilli Peppers coming into tonight. 2-1 offering, missed upstairs with the fastball. 3-1 the count now for Steven Still. 10 2/3 innings coming in tonight with the HiToms for Steven. And the 3-1 is lifted out towards shallow right field. Going back is Vargas, but he'll give way to the HiToms right fielder A.J. Roush, who snags it for out number 3. Well, 2 strikeouts and 4 batters faced, but Brandon Ike hammers one to left. He gets the Chilli Peppers back to within 3. Plenty of offense and 3 long balls in just the first inning. It's HiToms 4 and Chilli Peppers 1 to the first inning at Shepherd Stadium on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
Cybersecurity.
Manufacturing.
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
Finding your purpose.
Your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
What a first inning of play here between the HiToms and the Chilli Peppers, and not a big surprise. Just 374 to center here at Shepherd Stadium, 336 to left, 330 to right, with the wind gently blowing out tonight on a damp July evening. 3 home runs in the first, 2 for the HiToms, 1 for the Chilli Peppers. First pitch breaking ball, now the top of the order, and A.J. Roush in the second, again for the starter for Tri-City.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far the Shepherd Stadium is playing as advertised. The ball gets out in a hurry, and the ball was jumping out tonight in batting practice anyway.
1-0 spiked just onto the dirt of the batter's circle from the starter Robert Prairie, so he's quickly behind 2-0 as he badly missed with that fastball at 88. Velocity dipped a little bit from 91 to the 89, and he finally dots a fastball at 89 at the knees for strike 1 to Roush. Well, it could have been a lot worse after the HiToms hit 2 home runs and 4 batters in. It was 4-0. But Prairie worked around a little bit more damage as he finds one at the knees again with the fastball, and he's even in the count with Roush. Had to face 9 batters, just gave up the first 4. Breaking ball, chopped weakly over to third. On the charge, Ryan fields and throws over to first. And a 5-3 put out of A.J. Roush here to start the second. It's an all-grass field with dirt on the infield, but no dirt path from home to first or from third to home, just grass and the chalk. So that took a generous bounce to the third baseman, Ryan, who was charging, and he made a strong throw.
Yeah, just a high hopper, not hit all that hard.
First pitch fisted right back over to Ryan by Eli Weisner. He throws up the line and into the seats. No, actually that one bounced off the net. So Weisner will not get an extra base, as Ryan this time missed his first baseman, Gillum, over at first by a good 5 feet.
Well, that one a little easier. Didn't have to charge as hard. I thought that would have been a more routine play. Instead, it kind of just airmailed it. Weisner was running well down the line, but we know he's not the fastest guy on the field necessarily, but nonetheless, man on with an out.
Back-to-back weak choppers, and E5 allows Eli Weisner to reach. First pitch, curveball missed low for ball 1 to Mitch Smith. Well, Brandon Eike came in as advertised as the CPL's home run leader, tied with Matt Shark. That one given a ride out towards center field, going back to the track, to the wall, and making a jumping catch is the center fielder, Iannuzzi. Well, that one wasn't going to be out of here, but he takes away a wall ball double from Mitch Smith, and now there's 2 away for Eric Ritz.
That was a heck of a catch by Iannuzzi, going back and backtracking. He left his feet before the wall. That can be a dangerous play because if you miss the grab, you probably fall down and that ball hits the wall and maybe turns into at least a double, maybe even a triple for Mitch Smith.
2 down, 1 on for Eric Rintz. First pitch misses low with the fastball at 90. 1-0 the count to the HiToms catcher, who's now up to 4 home runs, and just off Eli Weisner's now 5 home runs, that leads the HiToms and is in the top 10 for the CPL. 1-0 curveball misses up and in, 2-0 to Eric Grintz.
Yeah, I mean, Grintz has just kind of been the gift that keeps on giving for this HiToms team. He's been such a welcome addition to the lineup from the first day he got here, and just continues to hit the ball hard.
In a fastball count here, we'll see what he gets. He gets a fastball and hits it hard out towards center, going back Iannuzzi to the track, and he shies up to make out number 3. Well, the HiToms hit 2 hard to dead center, but Iannuzzi made 2 solid plays to keep the HiToms off the scoreboard in the second. We head to the bottom half. It's still HiToms 4 and Chilli Peppers 1 on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be at Sheets for you.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more,
We have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our tickets. Visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Bottom of the second, Stevens still back on the mound for the HiToms after his counterpart, Robert Prairie, tossed the first scoreless inning of work so far tonight in the top of the second, but not without some solid contact still from the HiToms.
Yeah, a couple of loud outs to straightaway center off the bat, Mitch Smith and Eric Grintz. Smith ended up being a little more dangerous than Grintz's was, as the center fielder, Iannuzzi, had to leave his feet to make a grab in front of the wall. But nonetheless, the HiToms are still seeing the ball well. They're still squaring it up that time. Just, if you're a little earlier on it, it probably leaves the yard. But nonetheless, I like what I'm seeing from the top of the lineup. They're making that solid contact. They're seeing the ball well. And they can only bode well, because more than anything, you're making Prairie throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, 40 through 2 so far, 19 through the first for Stevens still. And you're right, I think those 2 balls hit by Smith and Grintz, they hit them to the deepest part of the park, just 374 to center, but that was just enough to hold both F8s for the HiToms in the second, and the error over at third by Ryan didn't come back to cost the Chilli Peppers. Still winds and delivers a first pitch off the outside corner to the second baseman, Lucas Donlin, here to start the second.
Feels like things are cooling off a little bit too. That humidity dissipating a little bit, so I wonder if that'll affect the flight of the balls too, because again, when it is humid, the ball will travel a little bit more.
1-0 missed off the outside corner, 2-0 on the way from Still, and that one misses at the letters for ball 3. Quickly 3-0 on 3 straight fastballs at 88. Stevens Still will need to battle back if he wants to retire Lucas Donlin. The 3-0 from the lefty, and he missed it on ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to start the second for Lucas Donlin, the junior out of Virginia Tech.
Leadoff man is aboard. We'll see what the Chilli Peppers opt to do here. They're going to do a little small ball, try and get him into scoring position. They're just going to keep swinging away.
We'll see what they opt to do. They have their at-bats leader and as well as their hits leader in Hunter Gillum up to the plate, who's tied with Brandon Ike. Well, now one behind Brandon Ike at 23 hits. First pitch swinging at the fastball, and he swings right through it for strike 1. So Hunter Gillum, the junior out of Longwood, batting .245 for the Chilli Peppers in 26 games played and 94 ABs, which leads the team. Also leads the team in stolen bases, 13 of 15. 0-1 on the inside corner with the fastball, 0-2. Hunter Gillum, a big guy at 6'3", 240. Makes sense why he's playing first base. 0-2 pitch. Lifted down the right field line, tailing away from Roush. Looks like that one will get out of play into the stands. Actually sailed over the stands and into the bullpen for the Chilli Peppers. Bullpen's down the line near the corner for both teams.
Not a lot of foul territory down the right and left field lines here at Shepherd Stadium. Behind the plate, there is a lot more. It kind of spreads out the further or the closer you get to home.
So still 0-2 to Gillum. Still looks over to first and now delivers home. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Well, that's the point of a splitter right there. You take just a little bit off the fastball at 82, and you add Gillum out in front for the third strikeout for Stevens Still.
Yeah, it looks almost the same as your normal fastball, but just a couple miles off the gas pedal, and another strikeout, third of the game already for Stevens Still.
So now with one out, he faces the catcher Bender, who lines one sharply out of play down the right field line. Bender was late on the 88-mile-per-hour fastball. Derek Bender, the freshman out of Coastal Carolina, teammates with Luke Barrow of the HiToms, takes ball 1 with the fastball off the inside corner. Coastal Carolina, one of those great mid-major college baseball programs. Of course, won a national championship a few years back. 1-1, misses low in the dirt to the catcher Derek Bender, 2-1.
I remember that season well. That was just a remarkable run for that Coastal Carolina team, and it, you know, in some respects, has put them and kept them on the map. You know, I mean, obviously.
2-1 check swing. Did he go? Appeal to first, and yes, Bender did go around on an outside fastball. Count evened up at 2-2. And they also have one of the greater mascots in the Chanticleer.
I have to imagine they're one of the only schools that uses that as their mascot. Points for creativity, right? Not the Bulldogs, not the
2-2
Huskies.
pitch hit hard out towards right field. Roush going back, and he shies up just short of the track down the line and makes the play for out number 2.
Well, the ball continuing to travel, but again dying a little in front of the warning track. Maybe another symptom of the shifting weather conditions here. So some of the clouds are starting to break. Maybe we'll be clear of that foul weather for now.
Was raining lightly at the start of the game. That rain has paused for now, but I don't think we're out of the possibility of thunderstorms just yet. Stevens still trying to get out of the possibility of giving up runs in the second with 2 away. He gets a big swing and a miss from the third baseman Greg Ryan to start off the count 0-1.
Just kind of feels like a night where a lot of guys are going to be swinging and trying to get the ball in the air, just knowing the dimensions of this park.
Still checks over to first for the first time to check on the base runner Lucas Donlin. Not a huge threat to steal, but he is perfect with the Chili Peppers at 3-3. Swing and a miss at another fastball on the outside half. 0-2 now the count to Ryan. Stevens still trying to work around a leadoff walk that he issued on 4 pitches to Lucas Donlin. He's 1 strike away from doing it. He waits a long time for the sign from Eric Grintz. Now comes set, nods home, and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 Ks through 2 for Stevens still. He's fired up, and the HiToms keep a 3-run lead through 2 on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Back here for the third inning, and the day is done for the starter Robert Prairie as he goes just 2 innings of work against the HiToms. The final line on him, 40 pitches thrown, 13 batters faced, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, and 4 runs all earned. He is in line for the loss at the moment, and he is replaced by number 40, a right-handed pitcher in James Drawn at 5'11", freshman out of Franklin Pierce University.
Well, he'll be tasked with facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters here for the HiToms. Jared Brown and Bo Rusher both went down looking.
First pitch swinging and lifted out towards deep right field. Going back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. The third home run of the day for the HiToms, courtesy of Jared Brown, is second in as many days, and the HiToms are back up by 4.
That's one way to greet the new pitcher into the ball game. Send one out, towering over the monster in right field for another home run. Back-to-back days with a blast for Jared Brown. That's got to feel good for him, and you know the HiToms like to see it too.
Third home run out of the Georgia Southern product on a 77 mile per hour breaking ball. 97 off the bat and 380 to right center, as you said, over the monster for Jarrett Brown. 5-1 the lead. First pitch outside with the fastball to Bo Rusher. Well, the ball just continues to fly at Shepherd Stadium. No sign of that stopping anytime soon. Breaking ball lands on the inner half. 1-1 the count to Bo Rusher now. Didn't even have time to tell you much about the reliever James Drawn as he fires another fastball on the inner half. 1-2. Now the count to the HiToms DH. Drawn comes in with an 11.81 ERA in 5 appearances, all out of the bullpen, 5 1/3 innings pitched. His 1-2 bounces in front of the plate, 2-2 the count. 5 Ks and 4 walks to 7 hits in those 5 appearances. 4 of the 5 against the Peninsula Pilots. Most recently on July 3rd, when he went 1/3 of an inning and gave up a walk and a strikeout. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Bo Rusher down on strikes. And so Drawn finds his first strikeout victim for the first out into the third.
Well, a homer and a strikeout. So far, one more. We just need a walk to get the 3 true outcomes.
That one fisted off the hands and behind us by Vito Paterno, 0-1 the count.
Speaking of, Vito walked his first time up.
Fastball living around 89 to 91 right now for Drawn. And he bounces a fastball into the left-hand batter's box, and the righty Paterno, no offering, so it's 1-1. Well, the HiToms aren't known too well for the home run, but they've left the yard already 3 times in 3 innings as the breaking ball missed low, 2-1.
Yeah, not many times this season we've seen the HiToms hit homer, more than a homer in the same game, but 3 through the first 3 innings and 2 back in that first inning.
Fastball upstairs, and it's a 3-1 count now to Vito Paterno, who walked back in the first and was left stranded at third after a double from Vargas and then a fly out to right by Joe Delaney. From the windup, the 3-1 count, and the pitch misses outside with the curveball, and a 5-pitch walk from Drawn to Paterno. First free pace allowed by the righty Drawn, and Tri-City came into the night with the second most home runs in the league, and that's not too surprising given the park that they play in here. With Wilson leading the CPL with 42 long balls, Tri-City had 32, and the HiToms were 10 behind that with 22. But HPT 3 already in 3 innings, 1 for the Chilli Peppers, and the first pitch in on the feet of Jose Vargas from the left side, 1-0.
And of all those, probably the most surprising, though, is the Tobbs. That ballpark, Fleming Stadium, is not what you would call hitter-friendly at all.
No, but the Tobbs can hit the ball hard with the best of them in this league. 1-0, big swing and a miss from Jose Vargas. Bat nearly came flying out of his hands as he couldn't find contact on the fastball. Matt Shark, of course, now second to Brandon Ike with home runs in the CPL, plays for the Wilson Tobbs, as do a number of other well-known home run hitters. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner with the fastball, 1-2 to Vargas.
Of course, both Ike and Shark were at Holly Springs the other day for the CPL All-Star game.
2 All-Stars on this Chilli Peppers squad. Ike, the one field player, and then a pitcher in Hayden Snellsire. That one lifted into shallow left field. Running on to make the play is Neves for the second out of the inning.
And Vargas a little late and just underneath that swing, popped it up in the air. Long run in for Neves, but he was able to get to it.
Hayden Snellsire, as we said, the one pitcher on this Tri-City team that made the All-Star game. He was actually the All-Star pitcher of the game. Possibility that we see him out of relief for a bullpen day either today or tomorrow, as these two teams will face off again at Finch Field tomorrow. Showing bunt is Delaney, and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, unlikely that he'll start again till later in the week, so HiToms won't have to face him on the starting rubber, but figure you might see him for one inning possibly tonight. And in that one inning appearance in the All-Star game, struck out 3 batters, walked just 1.
Delaney lifts that one out towards right field, but it shouldn't be a problem out there for Swisher. He glides to his left towards the line and makes the play. So for the second time tonight, Joe Delaney ends an inning with a fly out to right, but not before another long ball, this time courtesy of Jarrett Brown on the first pitch from the new reliever James Drawn. It's a 5-1 lead for the HiToms halfway through the third on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
cybersecurity, manufacturing,
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
finding your purpose,
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Do it.
Back for the bottom of the third. Stevens still back on the bump for his third inning of work. He was expected all along to go a bit farther than his counterpart Robert Prairie, the starter for Tri-City, who went just 2 innings and 40 pitches. Still a bit more of a true starter, as the longest appearance of the season with William and Mary for Robert Prairie was just 4 innings. Stevens still more of a well-known starter, as he went a total of 16 appearances and all starts for the Loyola Wolfpack in 85 innings pitched. He faces 9-1-2 in the third. First pitch to Iannuzzi at the top of the zone for strike one. 35 pitches through 2 for Stevens still. Giving up just the 1 hit on the home run to Ike. Big swing and a miss from Iannuzzi, who's down 0-2.
He has not faced that much trouble, even after the solo home run.
0-2 pitch, just missed off the outside corner with the sinking fastball. 1-2 now, the count to the center fielder Iannuzzi. Ethan Iannuzzi from the right side. 1-2 pitch, skied out down the right field line, and that one will tail away from A.J. Roush and out of play. Ethan Iannuzzi, a junior out of Randolph-Macon College, 6'1" from the right side. Faces another 1-2 pitch, and that one goes all the way to the backstop. Breaking ball that didn't break and missed the glove of Eric Grintz completely. Looks like it might have been a bit of a mix-up on the signs as well, as Grintz went out to talk with his starter. Stevens still.
Yeah, just making sure that they're on the same page, trying to get the put-away pitch taken care of.
Well, they didn't quite have it there, as the fastball rose upstairs for ball 3. Count run full to the center fielder Iannuzzi. From the windup, the full count offering, swing and a miss, strike 3. Now the 5th strikeout for Stevens Still through 2 1/3.
Just dealing right now. Man, we knew Stevens Still was a strikeout pitcher, but he's got it all working tonight, getting these Chili Pepper batters off balance.
Well, and Steven's still a guy that lives in and around the strike zone. It's all about location for him. He dotted that one on the outside corner, and again he dots one on the outside corner, this time to the righty shortstop, Casten Furr.
Already a season high in strikeouts for him with 5.
And he gets a pop fly out of play over the grandstands and into the parking lot. So again, ahead in the count, 0-2. This time to the shortstop, Casten Furr, who he struck out swinging to start the bottom of the first. Quickly working, the 0-2 offering, fastball upstairs, no chase from the sophomore out of New Orleans.
I feel like this is the fastest and with most rhythm we've seen Steven Still pitch this season too. I mean, he's really just going at it and attacking these hitters.
He delivers again home. That one lifted out towards center field. Joe Delaney to his right into the gap, and he makes the play a good 10 steps short of the track. 2 up, 2 down to start the third for Steven Still. And this will be a big AB facing Cade Swisher left on left. A chance to avoid having to face Brandon Ike in the third.
Yeah, you'd especially like to do it. Face Ike all alone to start off the next inning because you don't want him with a man out. He's shown that power.
Not an easy task, though, facing Swisher. He gets a weak chopper behind home plate, and that one up to the backstop for strike one. Swisher leads the Chilli Peppers in batting average at .320 through 14 games played. He's a fast guy as well, 10 for 11 in stolen bases, and from the left side can hustle it down the first base line. 0-1 pitch. Skied down the first base line, tailing towards foul territory, and that one will get over the netting. No play for Mitch Smith, who's the starting first baseman tonight for HPT.
But again, ahead 0-2 in the count now is still a chance for another strikeout. If nothing else, another 1-2-3 inning.
He gets the sign. Nods yes to Grintz from the windup. The lefty delivers home. Just missed up and away for ball one to Cade Swisher. Well, Swisher has been much improved from his numbers at Virginia Tech in his sophomore year, where he just batted .095. That .320 average is towards the top of the CPL. Now a 1-2 offering. Grounded through the right side and into center field. Well, Jose Vargas had Cade Swisher shaded to pull, and he laced that one right up the middle where it came from for a 2-out base knock, and now there's one aboard for Brandon Ike.
That's just a good piece of hitting. Down 1-2 in the count, waited back on it, laced it right back up the middle. Like you said, Vargas was shaded more towards the first base, really playing for the pull, and you can't do it much better than that if you're Cade Swisher. I mean, there's a reason why he's batting .320. That's no fluke.
So now the ever-dangerous Brandon Ike back into the right-handed batter's box, rather. And the last time he was there, he left the yard for the solo home run, the one run so far for the Chilli Peppers. First pitch, swinging, and laced right at Jose Vargas, who makes a leaping catch, flips it on to second where there's no play necessary, and the HiToms are out of the third inning scoreless. Well, that one was another hot shot off the bat of the DH for the Chilli Peppers, but Ike retired for the first time tonight. And the HiToms have another 0 courtesy of Steven Still. It's 5-1 through 3 on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
fourth inning, and another new pitcher on the mound for the Chilli Peppers. This time it's the all-star Hayden Snellsire, who we were just telling you about. So the day is done for James Drawn, who goes 1 inning. There's 16 pitches to 5 batters. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit being the long ball from Cherritt Brown, and that is the 1 run he gives up. It is earned. He'll get no decision tonight. And Hayden Snellsire, the junior out of Randolph-Macon, from the right side, will face off against 1, 2, and 3 again for the HiToms.
It's been a good year so far in the CPL. 5 games.
First pitch swinging for Roush, and he lifts one out towards right field. Easy play out there for Swisher as he takes a few steps to his right, and on 1 pitch, Roush is retired.
5 games, all 5 of them start, so this is his first non-start of the year, and again, just a bullpen day as he figures to start later this weekend. A 3.13 ERA, 19 strikeouts to 7 walks, and a 1-1 record in 23 innings pitched. And pretty similar numbers, too.
He'll face Eli Weisner now. First pitch, check swing at the breaking ball in the dirt, and Weisner went around for strike 1.
As I was saying, pretty similar numbers, too, at Radford-Macon College up in Ashland, Virginia. Not too far from here. 12 starts, a 6-3 record, 4.30 ERA, and 65 Ks in 60 2/3 innings pitched. So another guy who gets a lot of strikeouts, and that's what he did in the All-Star game, too.
And he's quickly ahead 0-2 to Weisner as Weisner swings through another breaking ball in the dirt. So Snellsire trying to keep the Chilli Peppers within striking distance in the 4th. His 0-2 chop foul over the head of Mitch Smith, who waits on deck for the HiToms.
Mitch tried to make a leaping grab there, didn't quite have the form down.
Snellsire started 12 games for Macon Randolph. That one chopped sharply over to short. Throw on to first is true, and Eli Weisner retired for the first time tonight. Well, Snellsire had a 6-3 record in 60 2/3 innings pitched for the Macon Randolph with a 4.30 ERA and 65 strikeouts, and he's continued that good work so far with the Chilli Peppers. Been their best starter all season, and he's out of the pen tonight. First pitch just below the knees for ball 1 to Mitch Smith.
Yeah, no, really surprising that he was one of the only 2 Chilli Peppers to make the All-Star game, him and Ike. I say that just because there are a couple other guys in this lineup that we've already talked about. Hunter Gillum and Cade Swisher, 2 guys who have really lit it up this season for the Chilli Peppers, but they just missed the cut.
He made Smith look foolish on the 1-0 as he swung through a breaking ball and then dotted a fastball at 93 on the outside corner. Quickly 1-2 to Mitch Smith. Getting the sign and the windup from Snellsire. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. It dropped in the dirt, so the throw on to first is in time from the catcher Bender to retire Smith. 1-2-3 for Snellsire in the 4th. HiToms go in order for the first time tonight. Still 5-1 as we head to the bottom half here on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Well, after quite the first inning, things have calmed down a little bit here from Shepherd Stadium as the all-star Snellsire comes in, tosses the first 1-2-3 inning for any team we've seen so far tonight. And Steven Still would love to equal that here in the fourth, as he's up to 50 pitches through 3, just allowing 2 hits and 1 run.
Yeah, I mean, Still narrowly missed having the 1-2-3 inning last time. Had Cade Swisher in a 1-2 count, looking for another strikeout. He laced a single right back up the middle, but Still has done a really good job tonight of limiting the damage. Outside of that solo home run, he scattered a couple base runners in the second and third. So he's not had to work terribly hard, hasn't had to throw a lot of pitches and work with guys on base that much either, which makes your night a lot easier as well.
With the pitch count up to 50, I would expect that he has maybe 1 or 2 more innings in the tank. He threw 2 complete games with Loyola, but you don't want to run out the arm in summer ball. First pitch misses low to the 4-hole hitter Neves for ball 1.
No, certainly a guy in Steven Still, the HiToms, as they make a playoff push, they want to have around as long as possible.
1-0, just missed below the knees on the slider, 2-0 the count.
His longest outing so far for HPT is 4 innings, so he would match that if he gets through this frame.
Behind in the count 2-0, though, to the left fielder Avery Neves. Delivers home, and that one popped up out of play down the first base line.
Really, anything here in foul territory, don't have to move much. It's down the lines. It's going to get out of here in a hurry.
We've seen Steven Still get a lot of pop-ups foul down the first base line from righties, as he's been ahead of batters with that fastball. 2-1, another fastball, but this time it rides upstairs, 3-1.
Yeah, just a ton of late swings by Tri-City.
From the windup, the 3-1 offering from Steven Still on the outside corner. Neves thought it was ball 4. Instead, the count run full. He took 2 steps out of the right-hand batter's box towards first base. Now he does a full circle around the batter's box, back behind our home plate umpire. And now he finally steps back into the right-hand batter's box. Still ready for work? Nods yes from the windup. A full count offering upstairs this time for ball 4. Second leadoff walk in an inning through 4 innings for Steven Still.
Worked around the other one back in the second inning to Lucas Donlin, who steps to the plate now.
2 free passes to add to 2 hits so far. Just the 1 run courtesy of Brandon Ike on a solo shot in the first. Looking over to first, now delivering home. First pitch up and in to the second baseman Donlin. Steven Still trying to find the zone here in the fourth. 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss from Lucas Donlin. 1-1 the count. Donlin, as you said, was the other walk earned for the Chili Peppers, courtesy of Steven Still so far tonight. The infielder out of Virginia Tech. 1-1, another big swing and a miss at a fastball, quickly 1-2. Well, they just honored the military here in between innings, so it seems right to talk about Lucas Donlin's great uncle, who was a colonel in the military as well, received the first Medal of Honor from the Vietnam War as he takes ball 2 outside.
Wow.
We were talking to Noah Anderson, the HiToms first base coach, who was veteran as well, about that on the bus. And Medal of Honor is a huge honor in the military. Of course, being a colonel for Roger Donlin, the great uncle of Lucas, a big deal as well. Only 250 people in the military received Medals of Honor from the Vietnam War, and he was the first to do so. 2-2 pitch to Lucas Donlin, fouled back behind us, stays 2-2.
It's a pretty remarkable piece of history right there.
So a really cool backstory to the Virginia Tech junior out of Georgetown Prep High School and McLean, Virginia. He skies one out towards center field. Joe Delaney ranges to his left and instead gives way to A.J. Roush in the right center gap, who makes the play for out number 1.
I appreciate in the CPL, every game they do a little salute to service. And for all the fans and attendants who may have been active duty military at one time, and for all the other fans to give them a salute. And for the HiToms, no one closer to it than Noah Henderson, retired Marines, one of the assistant coaches. We always love talking to Noah on the bus too. Just a
Yeah, has a really cool story as well, as the first pitch fastball misses inside now to Hunter Gillum for ball one. We'll finish up that story in just a second on Lucas Donlin's great uncle. Fastball swung on a miss, count even up at 1-1. For those of you wondering how he got that Medal of Honor, he received it as a commanding officer of the U.S. Army Special Forces Detachment that defended Camp Nam Dong against a Viet Cong attack back in the Vietnam War. So a very cool and inspiring story, as another swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Grins. 1-2 the count to Gillum.
Well, thank you to Mr. Donlin for his service. That's remarkable.
Just a really cool backstory. And we've had a lot of cool stories just on the various players in the CPL so far. 1-2, laced down the left field line and fair off the bat of Hunter Gillum. That one's into the corner and trouble. Neves gets the wave around third. He'll score without a throw. It's an RBI double in the fourth for Hunter Gillum, and it's a 5-2 lead now for the HiToms.
Well, you could kind of tell that ball was trouble off the bat, just scorched down the third base line, rolled all the way into the corner. A long run for Vito Paterno. And Neves just had the jets turned on. He was flying around the base paths and scored easily on a sharply hit double.
It was hooking foul, but it landed just to the right of the chalk, a few feet past the third base bag. And with Weisner a good 10 steps away from the bag, no play there. First pitch misses outside to the backstop, Derek Bender with a fastball. 1-0 the count now to the catcher for Tri-City. Chance to cut into this lead even more with another runner in scoring position. He checks his swing and did not go around on a ball in the dirt as Grins heads out to the mound to talk with Steven Still, as he's behind 2-1 now to the freshman out of Coastal Carolina.
Laboring a little bit here in this inning. There's still, and that kind of makes me wonder if this is maybe it. There is some action in the HiToms bullpen right now. So for Steven, maybe if he can get through this inning, that might be all for him.
Looks like the lefty Wynn Scott warming up for the HiToms down the left field line. And the bullpen back by the left corner, down where Paterno had to dig out that double off the bat of Hunter Gillum. Now ready for more baseball. 2-0 pitch. Fouled back on a fastball over the outer half and out of play by Bender. 2-1.
Foul ball almost took out a couple windshields here behind Shepherd Stadium.
Had to play the broken glass sound effect in between there too to give that appearance. Kid came up with the foul ball down in the parking lot as another fastball on the outside corner, and back to an even count is Steven Still.
There you go. That's all it takes is one foul ball and one pitch to find the zone, and it helps you get back in that rhythm. And Still's had it for most of the night until this last little stretch.
Here comes the 70th pitch and 20th of the inning. Grounded over to second, rather short. Jarrett Brown fields, looks back the runner to second, and throws on to first to retire Bender. Well, a sharp hit grounder, but right at Jarrett Brown at short, and he did a great job of looking Gillum back to the bag. So Gillum still stands at second, and now there's two down.
And Jarrett Brown, we know he's a plus defender with that glove. He's got a pretty strong arm, too, maybe a little underrated in that aspect. And shifting over from third base to shortstop, he's handled it well so far in the few games the HiToms have had him there. I think no doubt DJ Russ likes him there, and will be a more permanent addition to the HiToms lineup.
Certainly does. Now Greg Ryan in from the right side with two away. First pitch off the outside corner upstairs for ball one with the fastball. And now it all comes down to Greg Ryan to try and get a third run in from second in the form of Hunter Gillum here in the fourth. Already one across for the Chili Peppers. 5-2 game now. Still looks back to second. Another look back and now delivers home. 1-0 misses upstairs with the fastball. 2-0 the count. And this feels like kind of the end of the road for Steven Still. Either you get out of this inning right now and limit the damage, or if he's unable to do so, it seems like the HiToms are on the verge of having to make the call to the pen.
Yeah, and I think DJ Russ would much rather prefer that Steven get out of the inning set up a clean inning for whoever's out of the pen, be it Luke Barrow, or if they decide to go with someone else. Excuse me, Win Scott or someone else out of the pen.
2-0 pitch, foul back to the backstop on a fastball over the outer half of the plate. 2-1 the count. Now to Ryan, who bats .211 so far for the Chili Peppers in 25 games played, junior out of Longwood, where he played 49 games, hitting .257, .369 on-base percentage, and a .443 slugging rate. Next offering, fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Back to an even count again for Steven Still as he prepares for pitch number 75 and a chance to get out of this fourth inning and limit the damage. Sun starting to set past 8 o'clock local time here in Virginia. HiToms and Chili Peppers for the second time all season. Steven Still comes home, and that one fouled back, and we'll do the 2-2 again.
That one landed in the bed of someone's pickup truck. I think Steven Still, his best put-away pitch tonight has been the splitter. Wouldn't be too surprised to see him maybe go back to here. That was a challenge fastball.
Well, it's almost like at the Giants Stadium past right field where we got people in kayaks. We got people running all over the parking lot trying to retrieve foul balls right now behind us. Nobody tipping out of their boats, though, back there. That's one of the best sights in all of the MLB. Another 2-2 pitch. Misses off the outside corner with the fastball. Count run full.
I have to say, I feel like we don't have enough CPL stadiums near bodies of water, because I would love to see that on a broadcast. Someone diving for a home run ball, a CPL home run ball. And
Wilmington is close to the beach, but not quite on the beach. Morehead City as well. Big full count offering on the way from Still. On the inside corner with the fastball. Strike 3 looking. Ryan down with the backwards K. 6 through 4 for Still. His night might be done, but it was magnificent. A 3-run lead for the HiToms through 4 as we head to the 5th on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity, manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Back for the top of the 5th, and another new pitcher on for the Chili Peppers as Hayden Snellsire, just like James Drawn before him, goes 1 inning of work. He was fantastic. Faced the minimum 1, 2, 3, 9 pitches and a strikeout. No batters reached base. His replacement in the 5th is a righty out of University of New Orleans in Connor Handy, a big 6'6" freshman from the right side, who will be tasked with facing 4, 5, and 6 in this HiToms lineup. He comes in with a 4.15 ERA for the Chili Peppers in 21 2/3 innings pitched across 5 games played, all 5 starts. First time out of the pen, and his first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1 to Eric Rintz.
it's been a good season for him. Got 19 strikeouts, but the one thing that might concern you a little bit is the 16 walks. He's been a little wild with it. And that's not all that surprising. Bigger guys that have a lot of velocity, the biggest thing they have to learn and develop is that control, that accuracy. He's obviously got the good stuff. It's just a matter of refining it.
0-1, swung on a miss by Eric Rintz. Quickly 0-2 to the HiToms catcher, who's 1 for 2 today with a 2-run homer in the first and a deep fly out to center field back in the second. Got fooled by the breaking ball at just 71 there. Coming set and the delivery home. Wind over towards short in the hole. Fielded throw on to first is just in time. A great stretch over there by Gillum as the throw came up the first base line from Furr, and Grintz is retired for the first out into the fifth.
A really good job at first by Gillum just to drag his toe, keep it on the back of that bag. While not hit all that sharply, gave Grintz some time to get down the line. But a strong throw by Furr retires him.
So now Jarrett Brown, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run, and he takes a curveball into the left-hand batter's box for ball 1. Brown struck out looking against the starter, Robert Prairie, and he fouls one back to the backstop. In on the hands with the fastball, 1-1 the count. He then went yard off of the reliever drawn. We'll see what he can do here with 1 away, facing another new pitcher for Tri-City. First game after the All-Star break. Everybody is fresh. 1-1, right over the heart of the plate with a fastball. Take him for strike 2.
And Tri-City again facing the HiToms tomorrow at Finch Field.
1-2 on the outside corner, strike 3 looking. 2 up, 2 down for Handy with a fastball dotted on the outer black.
Second strikeout looking of the game for Jerry Brown. That has been the one thing he's struggled with the most for the HiToms is the strikeouts. Played a lot of games this season though between here and Georgia Southern.
15 Ks in 13 games played for HPT coming into tonight. First pitch breaking ball. That one just missed for ball 1 to Bo Rusher.
But to finish the thought, this is a stretch of 6 games in a row, or 6 games in 6 days as well for the Chili Peppers. So you figure on the first game back, keep everyone fresh, keep them at a minimum so you have those pitch counts down, and then as the week progresses, stretch those guys out where you need to. But especially your starters, it's kind of a good bullpen day.
2-0 now the count to Bo Rusher as the last pitch was spiked in the dirt. Handy comes set and delivers home, fouled back to the netting as Rusher was right on the fastball. Interesting that Handy just works out of the stretch the entire time. No windup for the righty as he hasn't allowed a base runner yet here into the fifth. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning of relief, just like Snellsire had in the fourth. The 0-2 offering, rather 2-1 offering, and that one just missed off the inside corner. 3-1 the count.
Best AB so far for Bo Rusher. A strikeout looking in the first, a strikeout swinging in the third. Patient AB, and just HiToms just need to get a base runner here.
He swings through ball 4 on a breaking ball in the dirt, and the count now run full. Well, Bo Rusher comes in tonight with a .318 batting average for the HiToms in 18 games played. 6 extra base hits, 5 of them doubles, and 1 home run. Would love to get into scoring position here. And he swings at the 3-2, fouls it off behind home plate. And that one will just sneak over to the netting and onto the concourse as Bender gave chase. Free souvenir down there. The Chili Pepper mascot can't believe that it didn't stay in fair territory or in play.
He was really hoping for a 1-2-3 inning.
Quite the mascot, all red with the black pants, a green stem coming out of the head.
It's a fashion statement, I'll tell you what.
Certainly is. Another 3-2, bounces in the dirt, ball 4 to Bo Rusher. Great AB from the HiToms DH here tonight. He's aboard for the first time. That brings up Vito Paterno.
Just got to get guys on base, make these pitchers work. It's hard, easier said than done when you have a guy coming at you, a new guy coming at you every inning.
Fourth walk from Tri-City pitchers, first from Handy. Rusher, a small lead. First pitch to Paterno, curveball on the outside corner. Great frame there from Bender for strike 1.
Yeah, really good job of selling that pitch. Looked a little further off the plate than was called. And that
69 miles per hour from Handy from the right side. His 0-1. Fouled off on a fastball. Paterno was way late. That one did hit a car in the parking lot. Nearly hit two. Boy, quite the dangerous spot to park your car here at Shepherd Stadium, and that not the last time I think we'll see that.
Yeah, I tell you, it really is.
So 0-2 now to Vito Paterno, who's 0 for 0 with 2 walks. The offering on the outside corner at the letters for strike 3 looking. 2 backwards Ks, 4 batters faced, and a 2-out walk of rusher left aboard for Handy. We're halfway home. HiToms up 5-2. Will Trubshaw will carry you home on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Bottom of the 5th coming up here at Shepherd Stadium in Colonial Heights, Virginia. Will Trubshaw here, Andrew Selliver with you on HiTom Radio. The HiToms leading it 5-2 over the Tri-City Chili Peppers, looking to make it 2 wins in as many tries over TCP. And it'll be a new pitcher out of the pen for the HiToms, relieving Steven Still. First reliever of the game for the HiToms, it's Wynn Scott.
Yeah, Wynn Scott struggled so far this season with the HiToms, but been better of late after he got off to a rocky start. Still a 13.93 ERA for the HiToms out of NC State, the lefty from Jamestown, North Carolina. But most recently, you have to look at his last 3 appearances. Relief effort against Martinsville, where he got the win on July 1st. 1 run, 1 inning on 1 hit to the Tobs on a home run on the 4th. And then just last night went 1-2-3 with 3 strikeouts against the Disco Turkeys. So of late, the lefty, Wynn Scott, has been much better, and we'll see what he can do against the bottom of the lineup here for Tri-City.
He's really flipped the switch his last few appearances. First pitch is low for ball 1 to Ethan Iannuzzi as we start out the bottom of the 5th. Iannuzzi fouls one right back in the netting count, even at 1-1.
I was really impressed with Steven Still tonight as he just managed the game so well. Got into a little of trouble there in the 4th, but just allowed the 1 run, worked around it, and then limited the damage on the long ball with just that 1 solo shot from Mikey.
Which finds the outside corner. It's 1-2 now to Iannuzzi. And yeah, talking about Still not going to get a decision tonight, only going 4 innings in what feels like the first 9-inning game in a long time for the HiToms, but he was really good. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits. He scattered around, 2 runs. Both of those runs were earned. Like you said, one of them coming on that solo homer. Walked 2 batters, but he struck out 6. So really a solid performance for Steven Still. Needed 77 pitches to get the job done. But he kept these Chili Peppers in check. Now it's up to the HiToms bullpen to do the same. As the ball missed inside, that runs the count full, 3-2 to the leadoff hitter. It's 9-1-2 due up for Tri-City here in the 5th. As Scott winds and deals home. That ball is lifted out of play, foul into the parking lot, and it lands harmlessly. It's kind of like watching a game of Plinko behind us. That ball just, you don't know where it's going to land. Either it hits one of the cars or it lands in an open parking spot.
Yeah, that one hit one of the few open parking spots behind us.
It's the game within the game as another 3-2 pitch just missed on the outside corner. It's a leadoff walk to Iannuzzi.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there on a 3-2. Looks like Wynn Scott hit the location at the knees with the fastball, just didn't quite get the call he wanted.
Might have been a hair below the knees. So did not miss by much. But at any rate, it's a leadoff walk, and it brings up the leadoff hitter, Caston Furr. It's 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, and that's a big walk earned there from Ethan Iannuzzi as he's aboard for the top of the lineup.
First pitch swung on and fouled out of play down the right field line. Brown and Vargas playing at double play depth up the middle. Eli Weisner comes in a little bit in line with the third base bag, and Mitch Smith holds the runner at first. Scott takes a look at him, gets a sign and comes home. Grounded over to second base. Vargas bobbles it. He's only going to have one play at first, and it's not in time. Well, ball was hit slowly on the right side. Jose Vargas had a charge, and Iannuzzi had a hold up for a second. And I don't know if that maybe distracted Vargas, but he bobbled it with the glove. And the first two men have reached here in the bottom of the fifth. Some trouble brewing now for the HiToms.
Yeah, I was surprised there to see Iannuzzi kind of pause right in front of the ball, made a distraction for Vargas because I thought that allowed Vargas to go to second for the force out, but then he bobbled it and he couldn't even get the play at first. Iannuzzi definitely got in his line of sight, and that affected Jose Vargas at second.
So a walk and an error. Well, the HiToms second baseman have 2 on with nobody out for Cade Swisher. He's already singled today. First pitch comes in high and tight, and he has to duck out of the way of it. 1-0 to the right fielder for Tri-City. Singled back in the third, but was stranded at first base. He turns on one down the right field line, but it hooks foul out of play. That levels the count. And a ball and strike apiece.
Well, a fastball on the inside corner there at 88. And, man, that was barreled up by Swisher, but just way out in front of it as he couldn't quite keep it fair.
Scott gets the sign, comes set, looks the runners back at second and first, and deals home. Breaking ball missed high. And the count 2-1. HiToms did most of their damage in the first inning off the starter Rojo Prairie. Had two two-run homers courtesy of Eli Weisner and Eric Grintz, then a solo home run by Jarrett Brown in the third was the last time the HiToms got on the board. Then it was runs in the first on a solo home run by Brandon Ike and an RBI double by Hunter Gillum in the fourth. They got Tri-City their 2 runs, and that's where we stand right now. Is a big swing and a miss by Cade Swisher, and out to talk now is Eric Grintz with his pitcher.
Well, that's a nasty pitch, but it ends up working out for the HiToms, but it really was a mix-up in signs with Eric Grintz. Grintz thought it was going to be a fastball from his relief pitcher, Wynn Scott. Instead, Scott threw a nasty slider, and he got a big swing and a miss on 2-1 from Swisher, who was expecting fastball and a fastball count. So it all works out for the HiToms there as they get mixed up with the signs, but get Swisher fooled on a 2-1 breaking ball.
We've seen a couple of times now that the HiToms catcher and his pitchers have gotten their signs crossed, and as Grintz was coming back to the plate, was stopped by our home plate umpire, John C. Thomas. Not sure what that was about. But it can't have been of too much significance as Scott comes set and ready to deal 2-2 pitch. The ball is going to be lifted into foul territory, and it quickly gets out of play. A little more foul territory again behind home plate and along first and third base. But the ball still gets out of play in a hurry here. The stand's right on top of the field too here at Shepherd Stadium. Very compact field is how I would describe it here. Certainly helps with the long ball. Scott looks and deals another 2-2 home. This time it comes inside, and that runs the count full, 3-2. Do not want to walk the bases loaded here.
No, big spot here for Wynn Scott. Has to get an out here of Swisher before Brandon Ike steps to the plate.
Already 2 runs driven in. Excuse me, 1 run driven in for Ike. And he'll have another big RBI opportunity coming up as ball 4 missed. And that does, in fact, load the bases. So a walk, an error, and a walk fills him up for Brandon Ike, who with one swing in the bat could very easily tie this game up. Still nobody out in the bottom of the fifth, and you got to think that'll get someone up in the HiToms bullpen very quickly.
Yeah, we see a couple players trotting down to the bullpen, as well as one righty. It looks like Clay Edmondson warming up for the HiToms already as DJ Russ trots out to the mound to talk with Win Scott. And facing Brandon Ike, a guy who not only leads the Chilli Peppers in home runs, he also leads the league now in home runs with 9, and he leads the Chilli Peppers in walks and is second in the CPL in walks with 24. But you can't walk him here with the bases loaded. He's certainly earned his fair share of intentional walks, but for the HiToms, you have to pitch to him.
Yeah, this does not seem like a scenario in which you would do the old Barry Bonds and walk a guy with the bases loaded. But you got to be careful.
Well, a long mound visit here for DJ Russ with Win Scott as he's stood still with John Thomas, the home plate umpire, out on the mound trying to break it up for a little while.
Yeah,
so clearly trying to get his bullpen some time to warm up, as Win Scott has struggled with 2 walks and also not helped out on the E4 from Jose Vargas.
Nope, whole infield came in to discuss the strategy, and only the corner infielders coming in as Weisner and Smith stand at the edge of the grass. Jarrett Brown and Jose Vargas playing back at double play depth. So they're hoping they can get something on the ground here, maybe turn 2. I think you concede a run to take 2 outs in this situation.
Certainly would, up by 3. A bit surprised they're even in at the corners.
Ball 1 misses outside as Eric Grintz has to come out of his crouch to snag it. 1-0 to the power hitting Ike, the designated hitter. He also lined out to second base in his last at bat. But he's looking for a pitch he can drive. 1-0 home in the strike zone. A good pitch for Win Scott as he put it on the inside part of the plate, and that evens the count at ball and strike apiece.
Yeah, challenged fastball and a fastball count, but didn't get an offering from Ike.
Ike homered on a breaking ball. Left no doubt, and this time right on a pitch, but he fouls it back into the netting.
Yeah, good use of the changeup there from Win Scott on the outside corner. Dots it at 82. And quickly ahead 1-2, and you have to challenge here, not in the zone, try and get a swing and a miss out of the zone with a breaking ball.
Yeah, that's the thing you don't want to miss with the off-speed. 1-2 coming home is chopped foul over towards the HiTom dugout.
Instead it was a fastball, but a great location just at the knees or maybe an inch or 2 below the knees of Ike.
Impressive just to get the bat to it.
Yeah, good job to foul that one off for Ike. Not a hitter's pitch there. See if Win Scott tries to go a few inches lower than that with the breaking ball to get a chase from Ike.
Scott is signed from Eric Grintz. Here comes the 1-2. They did go low. Didn't look like the breaking ball. And Ike lays off. It was 89 miles an hour, so went with the heat.
Yeah, fastball just missed his spot there, trying to go again low in the zone or just below the knees, but missed it a good 6 inches below the zone. Obviously no chase from Ike, but he is a strikeout candidate, leads the team in strikeouts with 32.
2-2 home, a swing and a miss, and there it is. Make it 33 on the season for Brandon Ike. It's one of those guys live by the sword, die by the sword. A lot of power, but a lot of strikeouts as well, and a big one there for Win Scott and the HiToms. First K of the inning, first out of the inning. And that brings up Avery Neves with 1 away, and the base is still full of Chilli Peppers, so certainly not out of the woods yet.
No, but that's a huge one because now a double play could get you out of the inning unscathed. Still in at the corners, but double play up the middle. See if Win Scott can get that tailor-made ground ball.
Yeah, without question, the most dangerous hitter in that lineup is Ike. So you take care of him, and you feel a little bit better about your chances with the rest of this lineup. Neves 0 for 1 on the night. He flew out to right field and was a loud fly out and then walked his last time up. And it's a 1-0 count to him as he lifts one in the air out to center field. That ball was hit a long way. Joe Delaney going back, still going back at the wall. He leaps and makes a grab. Oh, what a catch by Joe Delaney at the wall. That ball was carrying and carrying. He had a leap and crashed into the wall to make the grab. A run comes in to score, but that ball off the bat looked like it could be some serious trouble for the HiToms, but Joe Delaney able to bring it back some. A loud sacrifice fly for Avery Neves brings in a run.
Yeah, everybody moves up 90 feet, so now 2 in scoring position. Tying run stands on second in Swisher, but a great play. Not sure that was going out, but it certainly would have been trouble if Joe Delaney couldn't reel it in at the wall.
Now a grounder over Eli Weisner. He bobbles it, and he can't make the play. Oh, looked like a routine ground ball for Eli Weisner, but bobbled it on the transfer. Everybody's safe as another run comes in to score, this time on the E5. And that makes it a 5-4 game.
Well, that's just pretty inexcusable here now. In the inning, 2 errors from the HiToms infield on routine grounders. This time Weisner bobbles it and doesn't have a play. Earlier, Vargas bobbled it and didn't have a play either. And that's a couple of runs that shouldn't be coming across for Tri-City in the inning, and now it's just a 1-run game.
Yeah, a couple of times the HiToms could have been closer to getting out of the inning, and if Weisner makes that play, they are out of the inning. Instead, it's men on the corners, 2 away. And the first pitch to Hunter Gillum is outside for ball 1.
Actually, both runs are now unearned as Furr reached on an error and came around to score. Rather, just 1 run is unearned. This run of Iannuzzi is earned, but Furr is unearned. So now a 5-4 game, tying run 90 feet away.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. As Gillum was out in front of it, he doubled his last time up. It was a rocket down the line. Ended up in the corner. Yeah, so Winscott not getting helped out by the defense. He's had to work around a couple walks of his own. Had a couple more chances to be out of the inning sooner. He's got to deal with Gillum to try and get out of it and keep the HiToms in front. 2 runs across. It's a 5-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. As the sun's starting to set at Shepherd Stadium.
Great stop on the last play behind the plate by Eric Grintz as it's a 2-1 count, but that one missed low, and Grintz a great block with the chest and the glove to avoid a wild pitch, allowing the game to be tied.
Scott comes set. He'll deal home. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And Scott just a pitch away from getting out of the inning. It's 8-9-1 due up for the HiToms in the 6th. So they'll look to get some insurance runs, but they got to take care of the Chili Peppers first. 2-strike offering is fouled back into the netting. And we will do the 2-2 again. Scott taking his time, coming set. And he goes home again. Pitch inside, and that runs the count full, 3-2.
Yeah, big AB here for Win Scott. Obviously don't want to put another base runner on via the free pass and load the bases one more time. Desperately trying to get out of this inning and preserve a HiToms lead of the smallest variety.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Scott blows it by Gillum for the 3rd out of the inning. Tri-City scores a couple thanks to a couple HiToms errors, but the HiToms still in front by 1 as we go to the 6th inning. It's 5-4. You're listening on HiToms Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Into the 6th inning here at Shepherd Stadium. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Tri-City Chili Peppers as they drew a little closer. That last half inning, scoring a couple runs off of Lynn Scott. Only one of those runs earned by the way. We've got a beautiful night here at the ballpark. It's Wagging Wednesday here at Shepherd Stadium. It's their version of Bark in the Park, and a good crowd on hand for that one. They're trying to will their Chili Peppers onto the win, but the HiToms looking to make it 3 in a row in CPL play, dating back to before the All-Star game, if they can hang on and win here. All right, Andrew, tell us a little bit about our new pitcher in the game.
Yeah, new pitcher here for the Chili Peppers is Jake Goleski. Hasn't appeared in a game so far with Tri-City. The lefty at 6'3", sophomore out of Pitt Community College. Grew up in Mechanicsville, Virginia. And he is a lefty. I believe the first lefty that the HiToms have had to face so far tonight. And at the moment, it looks like we're going on a new reliever every inning for Tri-City. Obviously, the HiToms got a little more length out of their starter, Steven Still. We'll see what the HiToms can do with 8-9-1 here.
First pitch in the zone for strike one to Jose Vargas, who now bats from the right side. First time we've seen him do that since returning. He's 1 for 2 with a single as Goleski deals home and finds the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 from the lefty.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs at 86 and 87, and he dotted both of them on the outside corner.
Works quickly 0-2 home, misses high for ball one.
Numbers with Pitt Community College this season. He appeared in 2 games, 1 start, 6 and a third innings pitched for the Bulldogs, a 5.68 ERA. No record either.
Missed outside with another ball. Now it's 2-2. Last appearance for Pitt Community College was March 11th. That was in a 13-3 win. As you said, his first appearance here with the Chili Peppers. 3-2 count to Jose Vargas, and that ball missed badly all the way to the backstop for ball 4, and Jose Vargas on the first with a leadoff walk. Well, that's a good start for the HiToms, who gave up a pair of runs. One on a sacrifice fly and one on an error that would have gotten them out of the inning.
Yeah, no hits in that inning either. That's the tough part, is the HiToms have struggled a bit. It seems like any inning where they give up an error, 2 in that inning, they really struggle to not make big mistakes and then compact them and give up runs.
Yeah, we have seen that movie quite a few times. The snap throw back to first, and Vargas dives in safely. That was a good throw from behind the plate by Bender.
Yeah, they almost got Vargas because Delaney showed bunt and then pulled it back, so Vargas was a little farther off the plate, off the first base bag than normal.
So Delaney is up. He has flown out twice. And this time he tries to square around and bunt, but he fouls it back off one of the stanchions.
That's one where Delaney gets going a bit too fast because he's trying to bunt for a hit. Before he even made contact, he had taken a step towards first base, almost like a swinging bunt in softball, where slash, he was like headed straight to first from the right-hand batter's box instead of focusing on getting the bunt down.
And Delaney with his speed, a guy who, if you got the third baseman a couple steps behind the bag, as time is called. Now, Vargas took off for second and was caught halfway as he was picked off, but time was called by the home plate umpire before anything could happen, so a break there for the HiToms. Jose Vargas would have been out at second base. Instead, he retreats to first.
And that was actually on the people in the press box here that were slow to stop the music. That's why the home plate umpire called time clearly before any pickoff move or rundown was created.
Yeah, so the PA having a little malfunction here at Shepherd Stadium. Don't Stop Believin' was playing. Delaney scores around the bunt again and bunts it straight back into the netting. 1-2 to him. Yeah, but again, you like the idea by Delaney. If you can get the drag bunt down, the third baseman's a couple steps behind the bag. The speed he's got, he beats it out easily for a base hit if he can roll it down the third base line.
Yeah, you don't mind that, especially with the top of the order coming up.
Instead of 1-2 and a nice pickoff move, but Vargas is back in safely.
And this is a big inning for the HiToms. You get the first batter on in Vargas in the 8-hole via a free pass after 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th for Tri-City. A chance to bounce back, take the momentum right back into the visitor dugout.
Really got to find a way just to tack on a couple runs. Joe Delaney not going to be able to do it as he swings and misses. 4 out, number 1. It's a strikeout and the first of the game for Goleski. Since the starter, Rojo Prairie, every pitcher we have seen has gone just 1 inning for Tri-City. They've all been efficient in their work, but it's been one and done, and it's certainly kept the HiToms off balance a little bit as they haven't got a lot of chances to see these pitchers work. And it is shown as there are now 7 strikeouts by HiTom batters in that game after that last one by Joe Delaney. A.J. Roush at the plate now. He's 1 for 3 on the day, a single, a ground out, and a fly out. Watches one in the dirt, low for ball, gets away from the catcher, Bender, throw down to second. A nice pick by the shortstop Furr, but Jose Vargas was in safely.
Actually, I think that was Donlin who snagged it.
Oh, you're right, it was.
Crazy play both ways, not only for the catcher Bender to get to that one. He made a strong throw to second, but just missed the target by a bit. And Donlin made a snap catch to keep it from going into center field, but a much closer play than expected as that one got a good 10 feet away from the catcher.
And the pitch finds the zone to Roush. And the count is even at a ball and strike apiece. And a pickoff move by the pitcher Goleski. Vargas had a dive back in a second, but not really because no one was covering the bag. So.
Yeah, danger there for the pitcher Goleski. Had he thrown that, that's straight into center field.
HiToms would have appreciated that as another ball missed well outside, 2-1.
Well, they're very concerned with Vargas on the base paths. Vargas 4 for 5 in stolen bases with the HiToms. And if he were able to get over to third with just 1 out, a sac fly might be able to score.
That would be big. We know that A.J. Roush can hit one deep enough to get a sacrifice fly in. And time called as Jose Vargas dancing around on second.
Yeah, well, with Vargas on first, the lefty pitcher can look right at him. But now on second, not much of an advantage to be a left-handed pitcher.
Ball comes inside to Roush. Breaking ball really tailed in, and now it's 3-1.
Yeah, good stop back there by the catcher Bender, as that one almost hit Roush and could have easily skipped away from the backstop Bender and let Vargas get all the way to third.
3-1 home, and it missed outside for ball 4.
Well, that's another big walk here in the 6th inning via the reliever Jack Goleski, as now there's 2 on for really the meat of this lineup. A couple big power batters coming up for the HiToms. Weisner, Smith, and Grintz all due up now with 2 on and 1 away. Big opportunity here for the HiToms to tack on some runs and get just their 2nd run against the bullpen so far against Tri-City.
Eli Weisner had that big 2-run homer in the first. A throw down to third as Vargas takes off, and he is safe as the throw pulled Ryan to the left side of third base. So a stolen bag for Jose Vargas.
Yeah, great jump from Vargas from second, and not a great throw from Bender as it was into foul territory. Good snag by Ryan to keep it from going into left field and allowing a run to score.
So men on the corners now as Roush did not go. 1-0 in the dirt and a good stop by Bender. Beg your pardon, now 1-1. So that ball missed in the dirt.
And it would have been great to have Vargas on third for Roush with one away. Even bigger with Weisner at the plate with one away because of the power he has. Even if he misses one, he can still fly it deep enough into the outfield here at Shepherd Stadium to score the run.
Major run producer is Eli Weisner. Over 20 RBIs on the season, including tonight. And it's a 3-0 count to him.
Yeah, don't think you green light him, even though it would be a great opportunity to get a fastball.
And I don't want to ground into a double play now with the base open at second. Now 3-1. Now as the ball missed, there's 2-1 on the prior pitch. But still, now a very favorable hitter's count, and you think with a 3-1, he's definitely got the green light. The pitch, and it finds the zone. 3-2, a full count to Weisner.
Yeah, good spot with the fastball on the outside corner, maybe just off the outside corner, but gets the call, does Goleski.
Men on the corners, 1 out. Eli Weisner at the plate in the top of the 6 HiToms, trying to get some insurance runs back. Not going to be Weisner as he draws a full count walk. That loads the bases for Mitch Smith. Good AB for Eli Weisner, and he's aboard for the second time tonight.
Well, just like the HiToms didn't give up any hits, but gave up 2 runs in the 5th on 2 walks and 2 errors. Now 3 walks have loaded the bases here from Goleski, and a huge opportunity for Mitch Smith, but not before a mound visit for Tri-City.
Wonder if we don't think we're going to see a pitching change just yet. More likely going to be a conversation between the coach, maybe James Bierlein out there right now, talking to his pitcher and catcher right now. And quickly off the mound, just talking strategy now against the HiToms first baseman, Mitch Smith. He's 0 for 2, but laced the ball out to center field in his second at bat. Came up just a little short of a home run.
Well, that would certainly do the job, even though it wouldn't get him on base. It would score at least Vargas from third, as Vargas and DJ Russ are dancing over there to the music in between pitches here with the mound visit.
Yeah, a little Garth Brooks playing, Friends in Low Places. Ball missed outside, 1-0 to Mitch Smith. And yet, I mean, you don't even, a fly ball be nice, but a ground ball through probably scores 2 runs with Roush's speed at second base.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Mitch Smith to swing here, maybe take a strike.
1-0, he does take a strike, 1-1.
With the struggling pitcher Goleski, who's walked 3 in the inning, you didn't want to give up a free strike on a ball, and so a smart take there on the breaking ball.
And Goleski was able to find the zone. So it's a 1-1 count to Mitch Smith. This time he takes another pitch on the inside part of the plate. And actually, before the pitch, it was a balk. A balk was called on Goleski. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Boy, I didn't see it at first. He delivered the pitch home. But it comes across as a balk and a run. So a free run for the HiToms as they get one without a hit.
Yeah, I think he made a slight move before his actual move home with like a stutter step almost.
Mitch Smith lifts one down the first base line, getting out of play quickly. It's a foul ball. So 1-2 to the HiToms first baseman, Mitch Smith.
And that's a big balk, too, because not only it gets the HiToms a run, now a base hit with 2 in scoring position. Mitch Smith could give the HiToms an 8-4 lead.
That'd be big. Get those 2 runs back and then one more that you lost in the last inning. A comfortable 4-run lead, that would be for the HiToms. You'll take them any way you can get right now. There's the 1-2 home to Mitch Smith. Misses low in the dirt. Another good stop by Bender. 2-2.
Yeah, that one nearly caught Mitch Smith, and Mitch wasn't in too big of a hurry to get out of the way either on a back foot breaking ball. He was going to happily let that one just catch him on the shin or the top of the foot if it did in fact make contact, but it did not, so a big 2-2 coming.
Loading the bases for Eric Grins would be real nice. Instead of chopper, over to short. Throw across the diamond will get Smith. The run comes home. It's Roush coming in from third, so the balk again looming large as a high chopper on the infield allows the run to come in to score. Eric Grins to the plate now with a man in scoring position, 2 away, 2 runs in for the HiToms. So ball has not left the infield, but the HiToms, like the Chili Peppers in the last inning, doing the damage without swinging the bat.
Yeah, 7 runs on 5 hits for the HiToms, 4 runs on 3 hits for the Chili Peppers. But talk about a productive out there, grounding it into the hole to easily get the run home from third from Mitch Smith.
First pitch to Eric Grins is low, ball 1. Grins working on a 1-for-3 night tonight. Had the 2-run homer himself out to deep left center back in the first inning. That made it a 4-run inning. First time the HiToms have hung a crooked number since that first inning here in the 6th, as the lead is 7-4. And they've gotten that 3-run cushion right back, so, I mean, you'll take it if you're the HiToms. Got a chance to add on more. A very favorable 2-0 hitters count for Eric Grins. Pitch is low for a ball, and it's 3-0.
Well, I'm interested how much trust DJ Russ has in Eric Grins, who's hitting .500 so far for the HiToms right now, has a homer tonight. Do you greenlight him 3-0 with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs?
I mean, it'd be hard not to. Instead, he holds up, so no green light on a 3-0 pitch. Lays off on a strike on the outside part of the plate. Missed a little bit outside, but it'll be 3-1 now. And another favorable hitters count for the HiToms catcher out of Chapel Hill. And time called. Is Goleski taking a little too long on the mound, keeping an eye on Eli Weisner at second base.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Weisner to be trying to take off, but anything you can do to shorten that lead makes it an even closer play at the plate if one's hit to the outfield.
Grins lifts one in the air, but foul out of play and right in between a couple cars.
Yeah, and one hopped the front of the truck, but no contact on the fly, and that's where you do most damage back in that parking lot. It's a fun game within the game to keep our eyes on here at the top of the stands at Shepherd Stadium.
We'll see if Eric Grins can get a pitch to do some damage with on a 3-2 count in the top of the 6th. Eli Weisner goes, ball 4 in the dirt, and Weisner easily over to third base.
Yeah, and he doesn't get that automatically because there's no runner at first, so it could have been a play, but it bounced away out in front of the plate from the catcher Bender, so no play at third, and that's actually going to do it for Goleski.
So James Bierlein out again, makes his signal to the bullpen. Goleski's day is done after just 2/3 of an inning. And the HiToms still threatening here with 2 outs. It'll be Jared Brown, the new batter, to face the new pitcher when we come back. 7-4 here at Shepherd Stadium.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
It'll be Marcus Van Alstine coming into the game in relief of Jack Goleski, who went just 2/3 of an inning. He didn't allow a hit, but 2 runs come in on his watch. And the HiToms extending their lead to 7-4. You can't close the book on him either. He's responsible for Eli Weisner over at third base, who reached via the walk, and Eric Grins, who's at first base and also reached via the walk. So that means 4 walks in the inning for Goleski.
Yeah, and Marcus Van Alstine, a righty, he's actually a graduating senior. And we'll see what he can do here for the Chilli Peppers, committed to Virginia Military Institute at 6 foot from the right side. His numbers for the Chilli Peppers, 2 appearances, both in relief, and mostly long relief, where he went 7 innings pitched across those 2 with 6 Ks, 2 walks, 4 hits, and a 2.57 ERA. Pitched against the HiToms in a 13-10 loss for the Chilli Peppers the one game before this. He went 4 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits, and 3 strikeouts.
So he faces Jared Brown with 2 outs, and Brown swings and misses at the first offering from the righty.
Out of Hanover High School here in the area, fastball in the high 80s, that one at 86.
Van Alstine comes set and delivers home, ball high, 1-1.
And a big opportunity here for Jared Brown. Already has a homer tonight. Coming in on a bit of a slump, chance to break that big time.
He struck out twice tonight as well. It's a 2-1 count to him. And that home run was a towering blast out to right field. Went the opposite way with it. Just needs to put one into the outfield here. Checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Appeal down to first base. And Michael Lloyd says Brown could not hold up, so that evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, good slider working backwards by Van Alstine, and the fastball count got a chase out of the zone from Brown.
Right on right matchup, 2-2, and the pitch is high and pops out of the glove of Bender. Grins took off, and Bender tried to throw before he had the ball in the mitt.
And every free 90 is a big 90, because now a base hit by Jared Brown could score Grins as well.
It is a full count, as it looked like our home plate umpire, John C. Thomas, was saying something to the HiToms bullpen, or dugout maybe. Jared Brown lifts one in the air into foul territory. Bender over by the dugout, makes the grab for out number 3. So Jared Brown pops out to end the inning, but the HiToms managed to tack on a couple runs without a hit. They leave 2 men stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 7-4. HiToms, you're listening on HiTom Radio.
High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow. And we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
All right, Clay Edmondson coming in relief for the HiToms in the bottom of the 6th, trying to keep the Chilli Peppers at bay. HiToms got their 3-run lead back. It's 7-4 here from Shepherd Stadium in Colonial Heights, Virginia. About an hour or so north of North Carolina. A lot closer to the coast, just a little bit south of Richmond. Yeah, but again, Clay Edmondson taking the mound for the HiToms, and he has been one of the most consistent and best arms out of the pen for HPT all season long. That side arm slot has done him wonders, and he's been a strikeout machine.
Yeah, if you've listened to any HiToms baseball or watched it in the past, you've heard us talking about how DJ Russ changed Clay Edmondson from over the top to sidearm, and he's been fantastic so far this season. An ERA around 3. Comes off a good effort in his most recent outing, and everything since his first 2 outings have been fantastic. And it's that 2-seam slider action where the 2-seam goes arm side from the righty, and the slider goes glove side, and they start out at the same spot from the same arm location. He's tough to hit. As we get you the final line on Wynn Scott, who goes 1 inning, 31 pitches, 7 batters faced, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, no hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. And an inning where the HiToms certainly didn't help Wynn in relief in the field, but he still is in line for the victory since he did pitch the 5th inning in the HiToms lead right now.
He is the pitcher of record. Pretty impressive, all things considered. It was Steven Still who got the start and went just the 4 innings. But he was good as well. So now the first righty we've seen tonight for the HiToms. And Still and Scott were a pair of southpaws. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. To the leadoff hitter in this inning, it's Derek Bender. It'll be the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 for Tri-City. So Edmondson deals, and a sharp grounder over to first base and over the glove of Mitch Smith into the right field corner. That's going to be extra bases as Roush goes to retrieve it. Chugging and heading for third is Bender. The throw a little up the line, and he's in safe with a leadoff triple. They rule it a hit here, and it is a leadoff triple for the catcher. That's not the start you wanted. Mitch Smith, that looked like when he could have played it, hopped over his glove, took a wicked hop. He could not glove it, and it rolled all the way into the right field corner. We lost it behind the press box.
Yeah, that's a pretty generous ruling from the scorebook keeper here at Shepherd Stadium, a play that Mitch Smith probably feels he should have made and knows he should have made over at first. A hot shot, but just couldn't quite get the glove to it as it took a weird hop over at first.
So Greg Ryan with a high chopper over to third base, but it's played in foul territory by Eli Weisner for strike 1. A great RBI opportunity for Ryan, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks tonight.
Well, if that was fair, Tri-City had some problems because the base runner Bender was off the bag and Weisner would have just tagged him out. Instead, it was just about 2 feet foul.
I think Weisner was maybe intentionally trying to play that ball fair so he could turn a double play. Bender, because Ryan didn't really leave the box either on it. Stayed put. Instead he stays alive, and it's a 1-1 count from now as Edmondson missed with the ball. Tom's righty comes set and delivers home and drills Ryan on the arm. That one came inside and caught him. And that will put men on the corners with nobody out.
Well, you could tell that the two-seam has a lot of run tonight so far for Clay Edmondson. That one over 2 feet of run inside to the batter, and it came in and hit Ryan. The one before that was close. That one actually plunked him on the arm. And now they're at the corners. That does set up a double play for the HiToms up the middle, and I would presume that they'll go in at the corners up the middle at double play depth. But the important part is you give up a hit, error, whatever you want to call it. They ruled it a triple here to start the inning. You can't compound that with multiple base runners, and Clay Edmondson just did there. Have to try and get an out here of Iannuzzi in the 9-hole before turning the lineup over. Because ideally, you're fine to give up that 1 run over at third, but you don't want to give up multiple here in an inning after you just put up 2 in the top half.
Edmondson comes home with the first pitch to the 9-hitter, Ethan Iannuzzi. Yeah, you can live with 1 run given up here if you can turn the double play. The HiToms, they gotta get some outs and get some outs quick. After you get 2 more runs, you want a shutdown inning. Breaking ball missed inside. 2-0 to the 9-hitter. And this is the part of the lineup where you think you'll have the easiest time at the bottom of the order, but so far, not the case for Edmondson, as he is behind another hitter here, 2-0, and the pitch. That time, breaking ball finds the inside corner, 2-1.
Yeah, good slider there and a fastball count from Ethan or rather Clay Edmondson, and he found the zone on the inside corner, as you said. Good spot, easily taken by Iannuzzi, 2-1.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Another nasty slider there, just dipped below the knees. And Iannuzzi not even close as he went fishing.
Just tails away from those right-handed hitters. There's not a lot you can do with it. It's been probably the most effective pitch for Edmondson this season. It was a wipeout slider. We'll see if he goes back to it on the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He did go with another slider, and Iannuzzi, no chance. First strikeout of the game for Clay Edmondson.
Yeah, that's my favorite pitch of Clay Edmondson's, is to a righty, that slider that starts at the body and breaks back onto the inside corner. That one, a pitch where Iannuzzi thinks it's a ball, and then at the last second with 2 strikes, he felt he had to swing because Edmondson located it perfectly right on the inside corner. Gets an easy swing and a miss for a big strikeout. Now a double play could get you out of the inning.
Caston first, steps to the plate. 0 for 3, but he reached and came around to score in the 5th on an E4. Breaking ball finds the outside corner again, strike 1. Now Edmondson peppering the zone. Trying to avoid a big inning. The leadoff man got on via the triple, then a hit by pitch to the first 2 batters. Ryan goes for second. Grins fakes his throw and holds on to the ball.
Well, that's one where the infield should have informed Clay Edmondson. Ryan attempted to go on the first pitch, but didn't get a good jump, so he went back to first. Not sure Edmondson knew that, so he wasn't paying attention to Ryan. That's his 6th stolen base of the year, and most importantly, it gets Tri-City out of a double play opportunity or possibility here in the 6th.
Yeah, a little surprised that Edmondson didn't take a look at Ryan over at second. So now 2 in scoring position, and the double play out of the picture, at least by the force out. 2-1 count. Edmondson just going to have to worry about Furr. Kid Swisher waits on deck, and Brandon Eike right behind him in the hole. So this is part of the order. If you're the HiToms, you can't really mess around. So Edmondson lets the arm dangle, gets his sign, and comes set and ready to deliver the 2-1 home. Missed inside, 3-1.
Well, I would say that a walk isn't the end of the world here because it sets up the force everywhere and loads the bases with 2 in scoring position now and an empty first base. But when you look at Swisher and Eike standing on deck and in the hole, you really would like to attack Furr right now.
Edmondson deals and finds the outside corner on a 3-1 pitch. It's full, 3-2. Chance for a big second out for Clay Edmondson. If he can get Caston Furr, but a big pitch coming here, 3-2 with 1 away and 2 in scoring position as the Chili Peppers trying to chip away at the 3-run lead. Edmondson deals home, and it missed outside for ball 4.
Well, that's one there. He went with the fastball on the outside corner, just missed maybe 2 balls off. It's a spot we've seen called for a strike. The problem was Edmondson didn't hit his location. If Grintz is set up there, he probably gets the strikeout call. Instead, Grintz was reaching to grab that one, and so he doesn't get the call, and it's a big bases-loaded jam here as Edmondson gets a visit from DJ Russ.
Yeah, Russ is out. The middle infielders come in. Talk over to the double play back in order here, and a force at every base for the HiToms. So anything hit on the ground, and you might be able to get out of the inning, provided you play the ball cleanly.
I would expect that they keep the infield in at the corners and up the middle, go double play depth, and then anything hit to the corners, probably coming home with because you don't trust the turn all the way from either first or third to go to second and then back to first or over to first for a double play. I think the HiToms, anything hit to either Mitch Smith at first or Weisner at third, they would probably come to the plate with first.
The fly ball, if it's hit deep enough, then the Chili Peppers might try and tag. Still just 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Clay Edmondson in a jam. Bases full and just the one out, and he starts Swisher off with ball one.
Another one where if he hits his location, probably gets the strike call. That one on the inside corner, but had Grintz reaching to grab it, so he doesn't get strike one.
Swisher 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Edmondson deals home. That ball lifted in the air out to shallow left field. Paterno runs in a long way, and he can't make the grab. The ball drops, and a run comes home. Everyone had to hold up because it looked like Paterno had a beat on it, but he lost it in the lights. It falls for a base hit. And a run comes home. A towering RBI single for Cade Swisher. I beg your pardon, that's actually an error.
Yeah, that was a pretty routine ball and a huge effort from Edmondson because that was not deep enough at all to score a run on a sac fly. And again, the HiToms defense just not bailing out their pitchers.
The third error of the game for the HiToms arguably could be the fourth after Bender had reached on a triple, but could have been ruled an error there too. Strike one to Brandon Ike. And this is a real danger spot for the HiToms. It's a 7-5 lead, and Ike leads the league in home runs. Came up his last plate appearance with the bases full, but ended up striking out. Edmondson gonna have to do about the same here. As the count 1-1. One run in already, and Edmondson comes home. The 1-1 and a swing and a miss on the slider. A good pitch. Now Eric Grint's going to go out really quick and have a word with his pitcher. Right on his tail is the home plate umpire, John Thomas. And I'm not sure why. Got to give him a little room to breathe, no?
Well, John Thomas is apparently not happy with pace of play or something. It's been a pretty fast game given that it's 7-5, but he's been unhappy with Grintz coming out to the mound. I don't really understand that. You're given time to talk to your pitcher if you're the catcher. If you want to come out to the mound in baseball, there's no reason that the home plate umpire should be following the catcher immediately out to the mound. That's a pretty weird instance. We've seen it already. He wasn't happy about one earlier where Grintz came out to talk to his pitcher, and again, not happy there for some reason.
Yeah, it's one thing when the manager comes out because there is a limit. You get 2 visits before you have to pull your pitcher. But I'm not sure what the issue is. Ball missed outside. 2-2.
Yeah, and that's one where Grintz is probably going out to go over signs because there is a base runner on second, just planning out the next few pitches of this AB against a dangerous Ike.
It's an even count to Ike as Edmondson comes home, and that ball is ripped down the right field line, but it lands out of play, foul. Ike was late on it, but still hit it hard. Fortunately for the HiToms, it just kept tailing out of play, so we'll do the 2-2 again. And got to be careful. Anything that lands in that corner could clear the bases. Give the Chili Peppers their first lead of the game. Chopper up the middle. Jose Vargas fields it, steps on second for one, over to first. It's a double play. That's exactly what the HiToms needed. A pitch after a ball rocketed into the right field corner. They get the routine double play as Vargas does it himself. It's a 4-3 twin killing, and the HiToms get out of the inning with minimal damage. Just one run allowed, and the bases left loaded. We go to the 7th. It's 7-5 HiToms.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
We're here in the 7th inning, 7-5. The HiToms lead the Tri-City Chili Peppers. You're listening on HiToms Radio. Will Trubshaw and Andrew Sullivan here. And Andrew has got a CPL scoreboard update. What's going on around the league, Andrew?
That's right, Will. A couple big ones to keep your eye on if you're a HiToms fan. Of course, this one in Tri-City, the one of the utmost importance, with the HiToms carrying a 2-run lead into the last 3 innings. Ashboro a 4-run 6th, but they still trail Martinsville 6-4 in the top of the 6th. Chance for the Mustangs to win back-to-back over the Zookeepers. That would certainly help everybody out in the West. And then Florence up 3-0 on the Wilmington Sharks right now. Wilmington up at the top of the East Division right now with the Morehead City Marlins contending for that second spot. Macon and Lexington County have been canceled due to weather, and then Morehead City was scheduled to take on Peninsula, but we haven't gotten a score update. We'll check on that for you here during this inning. It is being played. Marlins up 3-2 right now in the 3rd over the Pilots.
So Bo Rusher leads things off. And so we do have a score in Morehead City?
Yeah, 3-2 Morehead City right now in the 3rd.
Got it. So there you go, the scoreboard update. Not an entirely full slate of action in the CPL, but still a good amount of games. This ball missed low to Bo Rusher, 2-0.
Another new pitcher in the game as well is Troy Shepard for Tri-City. Now, I believe the 7th pitcher. It is the 7th pitcher in 7 innings now. Most recently, it was Van Alstine, who came on and just got that 1 out of Jarrett Brown in the last inning via the pop-out. He just threw 6 pitches.
Rusher fouls one out of play. And that's the thing, all these pitchers, quite possible we might see some of them again tomorrow when these two teams play, just because the pitch counts are pretty low. They've not had to work all that hard against the HiToms.
Yeah,
the one exception, probably Jack Goleski.
Yeah, the HiToms have used more of their pitching for longer. So likely won't see Win Scott tomorrow. We'll see if Edmondson comes out for another inning after a huge double play, as that one bounced in the dirt. 3-1 to Rusher. And we have to go back to that double play for a second. The defense didn't help out Edmondson early in the inning, but Vargas, a great scoop at second, steps on the bag, and then another great pick at first by Mitch Smith to turn 2.
Ball finds the outside corner, and that runs the count full. 3-2 to Rusher.
Pretty generous strike there. A couple inches off the outside corner, but a big call there as Rusher not able to earn the free pass, at least as yet.
This time he earns the free pass as a ball missed low. And it is a leadoff walk to the designated hitter for HPT, and it brings up Vito Paterno.
Well, 9 walks now by the Chili Peppers pitchers in just 7 innings, rather 6+ innings of work so far. HiToms have taken advantage of a few walks, left a couple guys on the base paths, actually left them 2 on via the walk after 4 walks last inning. A 2-run inning for HPT.
Ball missed outside for the 1-0 count to Paterno. Looking to make amends for his misplay out in left field. It was initially ruled an error, but the scorers here at Shepherd Stadium changed it to a base hit. I think it was an error as he chops one over to third base, but foul. He'll have to head back. But nonetheless, it looked like he just kind of lost it in the lights. The ball hung up in the air for a long time, and it is fully nighttime here at Shepherd Stadium. The lights in full effect, so certainly understandable. We've seen it happen at Finchfield, but it came at a pretty bad time for the HiToms. Luckily, They only gave up the 1 run on the error.
Yeah, it was one where it looked all the way to be a bit shaky and left for Paterno coming in to make a play. Ends up not hurting HPT too much as they get that big double play to end the inning, and just 1 run comes across, but still one that Paterno would have loved to have made, just coming in shallow left field. We'll see if he can get aboard here to make amends, as you said.
Pitch home, and he rips one out into center field, but it's going to hang up for the center fielder, and that is out number 1.
Yeah, one hit hard off the bat of Paterno on a fastball low in the zone, but it just carried out enough to Iannuzzi as that hung up in the air for a long time on a line drive to center. So Paterno out for number 1 despite very hard contact at the plate.
Here comes Jose Vargas back into the left-handed batter's box. Jose is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk in his return to the HiToms lineup. And a run as he came around to score back in that 6th inning. It was one of 2 runs that came in.
So 3 ABs now on the left side and 1 from the right side. Vargas, I think, the only switch hitter on this HiToms team. Not a ton of switch hitters in the CPL in general. It's an impressive tool to have in your kit.
Yeah, it is. You know, it just makes you that much more versatile. It makes it harder to take you out of the lineup because you can face right-handers and left-handers, especially if you can hit well as a switch hitter. That's the hardest thing to do, is hit for average and hit for power, because usually one side is a little better than the other. Vargas swings and fouls him back into the backstop. 2-1.
It's also something that helps when you're getting looked at for the next level, potentially going on to play minor league ball after college, is something all the MLB scouts love to see, is somebody who can switch hit, and not only switch hit, but hit well from both sides. It's one thing to switch hit, it's another thing to be consistently good from both the right and the left side.
It's hard. It's a skill that gets developed in summer league and in college, and of course next year Jose going to Grambling State. He tries to lay a bunt down instead. Almost bunts it out of the stadium into the grandstand. It makes it a 2-2 count. Well, an interesting idea there by Jose to score a round on 2-1.
That was definitely not a sacrifice bunt attempt. He was trying to get away with one, as he showed very late, trying to squeeze one up the third base line and get aboard with a bunt single.
Ryan at third base is standing pretty far back. Vargas swings and misses, strike 3. Tried to reach for one on the outside part of the plate and was nowhere near it, so he's down on strikes. 2 away in the 7th inning, and Joe Delaney up to the plate. He's 0 for 3, couple flyouts and a strikeout, but we know his game more than anything is the speed, just trying to get it on the ground. I'll tell you though, a lot of room out in left field. If he could turn on one, could be trouble as he takes a look at strike 1. The left fielder Neve shaded pretty far over to left center, more than really straight away left. No one hugging that line. As the 0-1 home. Missed outside for ball 1-1. Gillum holds rusher at first, everyone else at standard depth. As the HiToms look to get a 2-out rally going, tack on some more insurance runs. They lead at 7-5 in the 7th. The 1-1 is outside for a ball, 2-1.
Well, we never got to inform you on the numbers for Troy Shepard yet, but he's one of the better arms out of this pen for Tri-City. 10 appearances, all in relief, 10 innings pitched. Does have a save, and he has a 1.80 ERA coming into tonight. Also rocks that blonde-dyed mullet.
Strike 2 finds the zone. That evens the count. Does a little rock, too, as he's on the mound. Pumps his front foot 2 or 3 times before kicking the leg and delivering home.
Quite the classic baseball look with that blonde-dyed mullet out the back of the hat.
That it is. Tries to ring up Delaney and started strutting off the field, as did his whole infield. Instead, it missed outside, and it runs the count full. The infield wanted it. The fans here at Shepherd Stadium wanted it. And it's pretty close to where strike 2 was called, but instead, it's a full count to Delaney. Rosher not getting held at first anymore. We might see him take off here on the 3-2. He goes, and it's outside for ball 4. That pitch missed badly, and Bender had to pick it with the backhand in the dirt. So a 2-out walk, 2 walks in the inning issued by Shepherd, and it brings up A.J. Roush.
Well, walks continue to be a problem for Tri-City pitchers. HiToms haven't had a hit since the 3rd inning on a Jarrett Brown solo shot. Just 5 hits for 7 runs tonight, but the walks continue to pile up. That's number 10.
Patient night at the plate for the HiToms. That is one thing. They can work a lot of walks when they lay off bad pitches. I've seen a couple games like this where the offense isn't swinging the bat great, not a lot of hits, but they get the damage done because they get men on base via the walk. Roush swings and fouls one into the dugout, and a nice play made by Steven Still on the front step. 0-2 to A.J. Roush. Singled in his first plate appearance and has been quiet since. A ground out, fly out, and a walk.
Yeah, big opportunity here for A.J. to tack one on to the lead with a base hit.
To Roush, missed badly outside and falling off the mound and losing his glove was Shepherd.
Yeah, it looked like a spike just got stuck on that hill, and he lost all footing as he came down and fell to his knees. Also lost the glove, as you said, and that caused him to pull it very wide of home plate into the left-hand batter's box.
We saw James Drawn back in the 3rd inning lose his hat a couple times on the mound. I don't think we've ever seen a pitcher lose his glove on the throw.
Yeah, and footing not too much of a problem. It rained a bit before the game, but they had the tarp on, and the weather stayed away from us for the most part now into the game.
Troy Shepherd comes home with the 1-2 and a swing and a miss on a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. So a pair of walks, a pair of strikeouts in the inning for the HiToms. They leave 2 stranded, do not score. It's stretch time here at Shepherd Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 7th on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
All right, Ethan Snyder takes the mound in his home state as he tries to keep the Chili Peppers in check. It's 7-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning here as the Lewisburg product takes the mound. And no surprise here in a close game, the HiToms would like to win. They're sending 2 of their best arms out in the later stages of the game. First we saw Edmondson last inning, and now it's Snyder.
Yeah, Snyder, a guy that could go 3 innings if needed, based on how good the stuff is. Big strikeout guy, similar to Clay Edmondson. He actually leads the HiToms in strikeouts this season, as he's racked up 32 Ks across just 20 in the 3rd innings with a 3.98 ERA. We'll see how he can face the heart of this lineup here for the Chili Peppers.
It's that deceptive over-the-top release that has made Snyder so good for the HiToms as he deals ball 1 inside to Neves. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for the Chili Peppers in this inning. As they look to score. They've scored in 3 straight innings, going back to the 4th. Strike 1 to even up the count. They also scored once in the 1st inning, so 1 run in the 1st, 4th and 6th, and 2 runs back in the 5th inning. And like we talked about for the HiToms, the offense looked good early. They had a big 1st inning with 4 runs. It's a 1-2 count to Austin Neves. Snyder comes set and delivers home. Ball missed just high, 2-2.
Yeah, that's a nice breaking ball at the top of the zone, and I've noticed you don't really get that call. Even if you intend to land a curveball at the numbers, you don't get that call a lot in the CPL. Beautiful pitch from Ethan Snyder, though.
Snyder missed outside, and that runs the count full.
Yeah, big spot here. Don't want to walk the leadoff batter.
Was ahead in the count, 1-2, tries to come back and get the strikeout. Instead, he gets a swinging foul ball out of play. Snyder and Edmondson roommates at the moment, sharing a host family. They've built a lot of chemistry as well. We had both of them on our first ever episode of Hot Wings with the HiToms. It was a really good show. You can check it out on our YouTube page, HiTom TV. Neves pops one into foul territory, discarding the helmet, and unable to make the grab is Eric Grintz. He and Weisner had the best bet to get it, but Grintz called him off and then just lost it at the last moment in front of the HiToms dugout along the 3rd base line, so we'll do it again.
Yeah, surprised it was a closer play for Grintz than Weisner. Longer run for Weisner, but it was up in the air for long enough for Eli to come make that play. Surprised he didn't try and call off his catcher. Would have been an easier play for Weisner.
Ball 4 misses low. And just like that, after it looked like the HiToms might have the first out, but Grintz can't come up with the foul pop. Next pitch, it's ball 4 for a walk. That's the thing. A few too many free outs given away by the HiToms tonight. And that doesn't go down as an error by Grintz on the missed pop out, but feels like a missed opportunity nonetheless.
Yeah, just another time where the HiToms haven't been able to help out their pitcher. Not an easy play, but one that Grintz expects to make.
First pitch swung on and lifted out into left field. Long run for Paterno. And he makes the grab, and I'll beg your pardon, that is not Paterno. It is Sam Yelton, who's come into the game as a defensive substitution. You got to think that is after what happened with Vito's misplay out in left field.
Ethan Snyder actually faced off against these Chili Peppers in the one previous meeting where he went 1 inning pitched, gave up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, faced 5, but didn't give up a run. Most recently got his 2nd win of the season against the Owls in game number 1 of the doubleheader Friday when he tossed 2 innings of 1-run baseball.
0-1 now to Hunter Gillum. Man on first, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Snyder's done a little bit of everything. Has a save to his credit. Picked up a couple wins. We really haven't seen him start yet. He's been mostly a reliever. But it's a role that he has fit in quite nicely, especially in the late stages of games. 1-1 is the count to Gillum. He is 1 for 3 with a double back in the 4th and strikeouts on either side of that base hit. Time called as Gillum steps out of the box to adjust the batting gloves. Don't know if Neves is much of a threat to steal over at first, doesn't have a big lead. A good stop by Grintz on a ball that missed in the dirt and away.
Yeah, back-to-back curveballs from Clay Edmondson, and he hasn't located either well, both bouncing around the plate in the dirt, and Grintz back-to-back good stops, not allowing the runner in Neves to reach second on a wild pitch either time.
Yeah, Snyder, that's one thing. The breaking ball command is on and off sometimes. Like most pitchers, you can have good nights and bad nights with it. But when it's on, it just makes him an even more effective weapon. This time another breaking ball misses outside for a 3-1 count. So a hitter's count for Gillum. Derek Bender waits on deck. He tripled his last time up. And Ethan Snyder only worried about the man at the plate. And there's a 3-1, a swing and a miss on a mighty hack by Hunter Gillum. He was trying to send that one over the houses across the street.
Yeah, fastball there off the inside corner, but Gillum was swinging no matter what at that one, it seemed. Huge cut, no contact made. We'll see if Snyder goes back to the fastball as he struggled to locate the curveball.
There's a green light all the way. Now he's got to protect on 3-2. That ball is lifted in the air, but foul and out of play.
Interesting on that one, Neves took off for second on a full count, as that one again missed the cars in the parking lot behind us. But that would have kept Tri-City out of the double play should a ground ball be rolled.
A few more cars have cleared out of the parking lot, so a couple more open spots. You're right, the runner was going. So Gillum gets another chance on a 3-2. We'll see if Neves goes again. He does not. Pitch is low and away for ball 4. Pair of walks in the inning issued by Ethan Snyder, and it brings up Derek Bender with 1 away and 2 on.
Yeah, I would love to see Ethan Snyder try and challenge the zone just a little bit more. Couple too many free passes issued by the HiToms pitchers tonight as well.
That ball missed low, or rather was swung on and missed. 0-1.
Yeah, nasty curveball that time. Finally, Snyder got a hang of the command there, put it in the lower half, and got a big cut from Bender. Couldn't make any contact, just 74 from the righty.
See if he can use that to his advantage again, finding the grip on the curveball. Comes home, and Bender grounds one over to third. Weisner steps on the bag across the diamond, and a nice pick by Mitch Smith at first to turn the double play. Heads up by Eli Weisner, takes it to the bag to get out number 1 with the force, fires across the diamond for out number 2 on the double play, and that gets the HiToms out of the inning. 2 men stranded. No runs for the Chili Peppers as they go scoreless in the 7th. We go to the 8th inning of play. HiToms still lead at 7-5. You're listening on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
The guy on the left up there, the 52s are winning. Make some noise. And if we think our guy on the right over here, the loser.
Another new pitcher coming in to the game for the Chili Peppers. This is their 8th used in 8 innings, and it's Terrell Hudson.
Yeah, Terrell Hudson, the righty out of the University of New Mexico, another big righty, sophomore at 6'5". He's appeared in 10 games for the Chili Peppers, 9 in the 3rd innings pitched, all in relief. 10 Ks to 7 walks, 11 hits, and an 8.67 ERA. Did not appear in the 1 game against the HiToms earlier this season.
Gets to face the top of the the heart of the HiToms order as he deals with Eli Weisner to lead things off. Mitch Smith waits on deck, and Eric Grintz in the hole. And a big swing and a miss by Eli Weisner. Made a nice play to get the HiToms out of the 7th inning. Ground ball hit to him. Calmly stepped on the bag at third for the first out. Got it over to Mitch Smith, who made a nice pick at first base to finish off the double play and get the HiToms out of the inning.
Yeah, back-to-back beautiful picks to end innings on double plays from Mitch Smith. This one even more difficult as it hopped 5 feet in front of him.
Eli Weisner hits it sharply back up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Furr. The throw over, and he gets Weisner. That was a nice play by Caston Furr. Had to run a long way, and that ball was hit sharply up the middle. And a nice throw on the run to get Weisner for the first out.
Yeah, great play there. Ranges to his left, has to throw almost across his body, but knows he has time so he can lob it over there with an accurate throw.
Mitch Smith steps in the box now, 1 away and nobody on. The first pitch misses low and inside to Smith. It's an interesting windup from Terrell Hudson. Kind of starts with his back almost turned to the batter when he throws.
Kind of like 45 degrees angled towards third base almost.
It's unusual. Gets that front foot almost behind him as he missed with the ball. 2-1. Allows for some crossfire action as he winds and fires home, and Mitch Smith lifts one in the air out to center field. That ball is carrying, and running in to make the grab is Iannuzzi. The shortstop and second baseman Fern Donlin came out to that ball too. And Donlin looked like he had to beat out until the last second when Iannuzzi comes in to call him off.
Yeah, just carried enough out towards shallow center for Iannuzzi to make the play.
That ball looked like it might drop. It was hanging up in the air for a long time, though, and it allowed the center fielder to get to it. So 2 away for Eric Grintz, nobody on. HiToms search for their first hit since the 3rd inning. Still lead at 7-5, but the offense has gone quiet as Grintz swings and misses.
Yeah, nasty breaking ball there as he couldn't quite make contact. 1-1 now the count. And Terrell Hudson had an 8.55 ERA with New Mexico this year, 2-0 his record. Started 2 games out of 15 actually.
Comes inside to Grintz, it's 2-1.
Also had a save, so he was used for several different purposes.
It's come a long way from New Mexico all the way out here. As Grintz turns on one out to left field, that ball is down. It's going to get all the way to the wall, and that should be extra bases for Eric Grintz. A strong throw, and it sails over the second baseman and gets to Hunter Gillum at first base. That was an errant throw by the left fielder, Neves, just trying to get it in.
An absolute cannon from Neves in left, all the way at the warning track. Down the line, he overthrows second base, and it bounces halfway between second and first. Wasn't going to be a play at second anyways, unless he put it right on the money, which is tough off balance from down the corner. Great line drive base hit there from Grintz as he stays hot.
His second hit of the night. He's 2 for 4 with another pair of extra base hits, a homer and another double. And he has swung just an amazing bat so far since joining the HiToms. And now an RBI chance for Jarrett Brown. With 2 away as he checks his swing, and the ball missed. Not by much, and Brown barely able to keep the bat back, but that evens the count at 1-1. Grintz gets his lead at second. Hunter comes home, and that one finds the outside corner. 1-2 to the HiToms shortstop, Jarrett Brown. As Hudson comes home, And Brown just gets a piece of it at the plate. So the HiToms, that was their first hit since the third inning, and it was Grintz doing the job. I guess not surprising at all that it's him.
Another big 2-out RBI opportunity for Jarrett Brown here, too.
HiToms would love to get that 3-run lead back. They've led by 3 runs twice in this game. And that last pitch was in the dirt from Hudson. It runs the count full, 3-2 to Jarrett Brown. Couple balls sent into the Tri-City dugout as they retrieved off of foul balls, so we have a temporary stoppage in play. Hudson's got a sign, delivers home, and it's low for ball 4. So after a couple of quick outs, a double and a walk, the HiToms in business here for Bo Rusher. Rusher is hitless on the day, pair of strikeouts, pair of walks. So he has reached twice. Still batting above 300. And it's been just a good season for him. Got a great RBI opportunity as a snap throw back to Eric Grintz, and he's safe. Well, that throw was right on the money by Bender, and now Eric Grintz going to run over to third base as he calls time. That was an awkward play as Grintz had a pretty big lead off of second base. It was a snap throw back by Bender.
Yeah, it looked like Grintz almost jammed up a finger or something as they call for the trainer. Grintz was banged up a little bit on the slide back, but a really close play. Somehow got back in there safely as he got a little too far off of second. Great throw by Bender.
Yeah, it was, right on the money. Grintz was lucky to get back in safely. It looked like he got his foot in before the tag was applied.
And the reasoning he was that far off second was he read the ball in the dirt, thought it might get away from the catcher. Instead, Bender snagged it pretty quickly and got a snap throw to second as they will check on Grintz and his hand.
Yeah, Grintz coming over towards the Chili Pepper dugout to get attended to.
Looks like his right hand that got banged up a little bit as he slid back in. It was feet first, but there was a heavy collision between him and the shortstop Furr.
Yeah, it looked like Furr kind of landed right on him, and as Grintz, he didn't really get a chance to dive back in the bag. It's kind of more of a leap to it. So while he gets attended to, we'll take a quick look at the scoreboard around the CPL, Andrew.
Yeah, not much to update you on. No real score changes since we last looked at the CPL scoreboard, as it's still 7-5 here now in the top of the 8th. It's now the top of the 8th at Hooker Field in Martinsville as the Mustangs still hold a 6-4 advantage over the Zookeepers. Still 3-0 for the Flamingos over the Sharks, as well as 3-2 still between the Marlins and the Pilots. And as we said, Lexington County and Macon unable to play tonight due to rain. A handful of Lexington County games already been rained out and postponed here in the second half.
Eric Grintz makes his way back out to second base. He's got a little tape around the fingers, or kind of the wrist area. So he is good to go. And Bo Rusher steps back into the box. It's a 1-0 count to him. And he chops one over to first base. Took a funny hop and almost ate Gillum up, but he's able to stick the glove out and flip it over to Hudson to end the inning. So the HiToms strand a couple, do not score in the 8th. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. HiToms still lead it 7-5, and Ethan Snyderly out for inning of work number 2.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad!
Excuse me.
What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
robotics,
cybersecurity, manufacturing,
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community,
Possibilities.
hope.
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Into the bottom of the 8th inning now. Like I said, Ethan Snyder still in the game, out for his 2nd inning of work. Eric Grintz, good news, is still behind the plate as well, so whatever happened to his hand got taken care of by the trainers, and he's still good to go. And obviously it'd be a little tricky for the HiToms if he was not able to go, because Bo Rusher, the other catcher on the roster at the moment, is the DH. They probably have to move Mitch Smith back behind the plate. But all that is moot, as Grintz is still out there. And Ethan Snyder will face 8, 9, and 1. Start the inning. It'll be Greg Ryan to lead it off.
It's actually going to be a pinch hitter, I believe, here for the Chilli Peppers, and that's number 10, Willie Havens.
You are right about that, sir. Willie Havens making his way to the plate here.
0 for 2 night for Ryan as he struck out twice and was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Stole a base, got over to 3rd, but was stranded there.
Willie Havens had a home run in the game against the HiToms back at Finch Field. That started off the second half of the season. He was 1 for 4 in that game. Drove in 4 runs as well. And the count is 0-1 to him as Snyder deals. And he lays off a ball low, 1-1.
19 pitches in the 1st inning of work for Ethan Snyder. Got the big double play. 5-3 it went to get out of the inning.
Havens swings and fouls one back at the plate. That makes the count 1-2. Crowd making noise as they're still tossing out free souvenirs here at Shepherd Stadium. It's like
Christmas here.
It feels like a clown car. Like they just keep pulling stuff out of nowhere. I don't know where they're finding all this stuff. Liner back up the middle and through. Snyder almost got a glove on it. And it's a leadoff base hit.
Great piece of hitting there from Havens because he was early on a breaking ball. Snyder had him fooled, but he just kept the bat in the zone for long enough to poke it right through the middle.
That brings up Ethan. Actually, beg your pardon, another pinch hitter now as the Chilli Peppers starting to empty out the bench. Coming in to pinch hit for Iannuzzi.
Yeah, it's Kyle Jenkins, the lefty.
So a couple of lefties to start out the inning here, trying to match up lefty on righty. And time is called as Eric Grintz gets readjusted. Snyder comes set, delivers home, strike 1. To Kyle Jenkins.
Yeah, another good curveball at 75 that found the inside corner there, right on the black from Ethan Snyder.
Get another stoppage in play as John C. Thomas takes a moment to clean off home plate. Well, a couple of reminders on the schedule for the HiToms. Back in action tomorrow at Finch Field against Tri-City. It's Bark in the Park night. Then on the road Friday at Forest City. And Saturday, it's a doubleheader at home against Martinsville as Ethan Snyder deals home and watches a ball soar out of play, foul off the bat of Jenkins. That Saturday night game, it's a gospel night. It's going to be a special concert in between games by the Gospel Sensations.
Yeah, another breaking ball there that was way out in front was Jenkins.
The time of breaking ball missed outside. 1-2 to the pinch hitter in the 9-hole. Gotta imagine that both these guys will stay in the game at the third base and outfield or center field respectively in the top of the 9th. As a ball misses low, 2-2. The objective for the Chili Peppers, just trying to chip away at the lead. They were held scoreless in the 7th inning. First time they had not scored since the 3rd. The HiToms still maintain a 7-5 lead as Jenkins rung up on strike 3 on the outside corner. A pitcher's pitch for Ethan Snyder. The fans do not like it. I don't think that Kyle Jenkins liked it either.
Yeah, real pitcher's pitch there with the breaking ball. 4 curveballs out of 5 pitches in that AB for Jenkins. That one right on the outside corner from Ethan Snyder. Beautiful pitch for a backwards kick.
1 on, 1 out for the leadoff hitter, Caston Furr. And Snyder dishes to him. That ball is looped into foul territory, and over to make the grab is Mitch Smith. Well, 1 pitch and an out. Easy work there for Ethan Snyder as Furr just laid on a swing. There's a lot of backspin on it. Left it hanging in the air for Mitch Smith to make out number 2.
And another big AB with Kate Swisher at the plate and Brandon Ike on deck. I know Brandon Ike has struck out and grounded into a double play in the last 2 ABs, but you still can't stress enough his power and his ability to leave the yard at any minute.
Yeah, HiToms would love to get out of the inning here without having to face Ike and 2 men on base. Rather face him with a clean slate in the bottom of the 9th. And there is some action in the HiToms bullpen, but nothing serious, just some guys stretching out. So it could be Snyder's to work in that 9th inning. That remains to be seen. Count is 2-0 to Cade Swisher. 1 for 3. And he's reached 3 times, once by the hit, once by a walk, and once via an error. Snyder comes set, deals home. And it missed outside, now it's 3-0. So Snyder behind the dangerous Cade Fisher and does not want to walk him to face the even more dangerous Ike. Well, Ike is just 1 for 4 on the day. The pitch home in the strike zone, 3-1, and Swisher taking all the way on that pitch.
Yeah, fastball over the heart of the plate. Red light on 3-0. We'll see what Ethan Snyder goes with here. Probably going to have to go fastball again on 3-1.
Gets a sign, runner goes, and it missed outside for ball 4. So runner in safely at second would have mattered because it's ball 4 and a dead ball. So a 2-out walk issued, and that puts 2 men on base for Brandon Ike, and it brings DJ Russ out of the dugout. I think this is just going to be a mound visit. There's a man. No, it is not. As Ethan Snyder's night is done, we have a pitching change here. And we'll tell you more about it in just a moment. HiToms in danger as the Chili Peppers threaten. 2 outs, 2 on. And Brandon Ike at the plate when we return.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
The new pitcher into the game for the HiToms is Luke Barrow, wearing number 15, the Coastal Carolina product. Comes out tasked with getting the final out of the inning here, but he's got a tall task in facing the home run leader in the CPL in Brandon Ike.
Yeah, tall task here for Barrow. We'll see what he can do against Ike, who leads the CPL with 9 homers, including one a solo shot back in the first against Steven Still. Interesting, it's not really a matchup here because Ethan Snyder and Luke Barrow are both righties, but I think that DJ Russ just saw that Ethan Snyder might have been running out of gas a little bit. The fastball velocity had dropped into the low 80s as he hit over 30 pitches through 1 2/3. So I think he just decided it was time to go with a fresher pitcher, and this might just be a 1AB opportunity for Luke Barrow. We'll see if he can get Ike retired, and if he is able to get out of this inning, maybe he comes back for the 9th, maybe he doesn't, we'll see.
We'll see. It's been an up and down season for Barrow, but a lot better of late. Got the ERA down to 4.90, 14 Ks to 12 walks through 11 innings, and is 0-2 record-wise.
DJ Russ actually down in the bullpen talking over things with his pitchers about when he might want some of them to warm up and prepare to come into this game. Late game situation. HiToms trying to win here on the road, and that's never easy in the CPL. Couple arms still available down there of note in Jake Landis, the lefty, as well as the righty Jacob Halford, and then Wesley Buck down there warming up at the moment as well.
Like you said, it is a hard thing to do to win in this league, and that's evidenced by the HiToms 7-8 record on the road, just a game under 500. Haven't been all that better at home at 9-8. Little up to Barrow, who pitched yesterday, went 1 inning of scoreless work, did not allow a hit, and struck out a batter against the Disco Turkeys. On a smaller scale, he'd like to duplicate that effort, just get at least the out here, and hey, if he comes out for the 9th inning, that'll work too, but his main focus is Ike. 1 for 4 on the day. It was the towering solo home run back in the first, then a line out, a strikeout, and he grounded into a double play to end the last inning. Barrow kicks and deals low and away for ball 1. Barrow with that really exaggerated leg kick on the mound after he comes out from the pseudo Craig Kimbrell crouch as he gets his sign. He does so now. The 1-0 coming to Brandon Ike, a hitter's count. Barrow keeping an eye on the runner at second. Now he comes home and bounces one in front of the plate, 2-0.
Well, and that's the concern with Luke Barrow, is always the command. 12 walks to 14 strikeouts, not a great ratio for the righty out of Coastal Carolina. And not a spot that you envy here, behind 2-0 to the dangerous Brandon Ike.
Tough spot to come in with 2 on and the 2 outs. You always try to get your relievers into clean innings. You hate bringing them in with men on base. As that ball bounced in the dirt, Grintz doesn't know where it is. Runners take off. Everyone was delayed for a second because the ball bounced right in front of Eric Grintz, but then got behind him. He didn't know where it was, so now the runners move up 90 feet into scoring position. Havens stands at third, Swisher at second.
Yeah, wild pitch there, and not sure that you intentionally put Ike on here. Doesn't look like the HiToms will, but down 3-0 in the count. Not sure if he'll get the green light, but you might just put him on first anyways.
He represents the go-ahead run, the tying run, standing in scoring position now for Tri-City. As Barrow comes home, the 3-0 is low for ball 4.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that was the intentional walk. Not sure why they didn't just intentionally walk him, because that one was spiked in the dirt, and there was danger of that getting to the backstop and allowing both runners at second and third in Swisher and Havens to advance another 90 feet and making it a 1-run game.
So Ike at first now to load the bases for Avery Neves, and a chance with the go-ahead run on base and 2 outs. You know runners will be going on contact. If Neves puts one in the gap, the Chili Peppers could grab the lead here. Barrow just got to go after him. As he delivers the first pitch low in the dirt. Another one spiked in front of the plate, and another good block by Eric Grins.
You mentioned Avery Neves. If he puts one in the gap, could clear the bases, give the Tri-City Chili Peppers the lead. He leads this team in doubles as well as RBIs with 5 doubles and 24 ribbies. That's second best in the CPL.
Neves, a big-time run producer, built for these kind of spots. Luke Barrow just trying to find the zone, 5 straight balls out of the bullpen. As this one gets away, all the way to the backstop, and that'll bring a runner home. Well, you had a feeling it was coming, a wild pitch that would get away out of the reach of Eric Grins. It brings a run in as Haven's able to score. Moving into scoring position is Ike. And it is a 7-6 ball game.
Well, and the question is, how long is the leash for Barrow? And I can't imagine it's much longer. Maybe he finishes out this AB against Neves, but after that, I think if he can't retire Neves here, he's probably done.
There's another man getting loose for the HiToms out in the left field bullpen. Barrow can't find the zone just below the knees. It's 3-0 again, and in danger of walking Neves to load the bases.
Well, that's one right around the zone, but you're not going to get the call if you continue to struggle to command the baseball, as Jacob Halford is warm. As I said, if Neves reaches, Barrow's not likely done.
Barrow comes home with it, and another one just missed low for ball 4, so another walk. That brings DJ Russ out again, and I think you're right, partner. This might be it for Luke Barrow. Back-to-back walks as he comes in, and a run coming in on a wild pitch. That does it for Luke Barrow. I think we're going to see Jacob Halford here trying to get the final out in this inning and probably the final 4 outs. But another tough scenario as the bases are full of Chili Peppers. We'll step aside once again and get you more on Jacob Halford when we return. Here it's 7-6. It's getting real tight at Shepherd Stadium.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Now the third pitcher of the inning for the HiToms as Luke Barrow issued 2 walks and was pulled pretty quickly. And it will be Jacob Halford on. Try and shut the door here. He faces the bases loaded situation and will face Lucas Donlin when he's done taking his warm-up tosses. What can you tell us about Jacob Halford this season, Andrew?
Well, it's been a real inconsistent season so far for Jacob Halford. Some nights he's been almost untouchable. Some nights he's really struggled to find the zone, like we saw from Luke Barrow. And he's had a couple blown saves, including against the Salamanders. He's 0-1 on the season. Does have 3 saves to his name. Never gone more than an inning. But if he can get through this one, he might be asked to go in the 9th if the game does go to the bottom of the 9th here at Shepherd Stadium. Of course, the HiToms would have to be tied or winning for that to happen. And for Luke Barrow, just a tough spot, but also not his best stuff, as he threw 8 pitches and all 8 of them missed the zone. Back-to-back walks, and he's responsible for not only the runner on first in Neves, but also the base runner in Ike at second. And we'll see if Halford can get out of a jam and preserve this lead for HPT. Jacob Halford, also a guy with plus velocity, can run it up into the low 90s. Sits about 91 on a typical day, and we'll see what he can do against Donlin in probably the biggest AB so far tonight.
Second member of the Wolfpack to pitch tonight for the HiToms after Wynn Scott came in. Halford going to try and duplicate Scott's success, coming off Tommy John surgery. And like you said, it's been up and down. It's a big spot here, a prove-it spot for Jacob Halford as he fires strike 1 into Lucas Donlin.
Yeah, fastball there on the inside corner. Great spot out of Halford.
Gave up a couple runs last night in the exhibition game on 3 hits and just an inning pitched. Breaking ball misses low, and a good stop by Eric Grinch, 1-1.
Well, that's what you're concerned about with that low breaking ball in the dirt, is you run the risk of it getting back to the backstop. Grinch pretty sure-handed behind the plate, but we've already seen 2 wild pitches from Barrow, who spiked a few in front of the plate.
Halford brings the heat inside and misses. 2-1 on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball that came tailing in to Donlin, who does not have a hit yet today. 0 for 3, reached via the walk and an error back in the 5th inning, and has flown out to right and left field.
Halford was pretty lucky that he didn't hit the batter there.
Howard brought in the tying run, which stands at third base. Grounder over to Jose Vargas, right to him. He steps on the bag and gets the HiToms out of the inning. Oh boy, Jose Vargas a couple times tonight has been right in the perfect spot. That time takes the fielder's choice to the bag. Halford gets out of the inning. 1 run across. It's a 7-6 game. The HiToms with a chance to add on some insurance in the top of the 9th. We're almost done here at Shepherd Stadium.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity, manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
All right, well, the HiToms' last chance to add on some runs here as we enter the top of the 9th. It's a narrow 7-6 lead as the Chili Peppers have just chipped away. They got within a run, but Jacob Halford able to induce the inning-ending ground out to Jose Vargas to get the HiToms out of what was a really serious jam. The lead run was in scoring position.
Yeah, big-time effort out of Jacob Halford. Got behind in the count. Good fastball that came in and jammed the batter Donlin, and a grounder over to Jose Vargas to get out of the innings, leave them loaded, keep the lead by just 1 going into the 9th, and the 9th pitcher of the day on the mound for Tri-City. It's number 33, Ned Ruffin, the righty at 6'5", senior out of College of William and Mary. Grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. Another righty with a lot of size, lanky guy. Comes in with a 4.09 ERA through 11 innings of work. All 9 appearances out of the bullpen. 9 strikeouts to 10 walks, and we'll see if the HiToms can tack on any insurance. That would be much needed and much welcome for the HiToms bullpen, whether it be Halford or somebody else trying to come out and close it out in the bottom of the 9th.
It's bottom of the order for the HiToms. Sam Yelton will get his first plate appearance after he came in as a defensive substitution in the 7th inning. The first pitch from Ruffin is low for ball 1.
Looks like double barrel action up in the pen down the left field line for the HiToms. I believe it's Jake Landis and Brandon Rogers warming up for the HiToms.
Pair of lefties getting warm. As the pitch comes in on the inside corner for a strike to Sam Yelton. So possible that Halford still comes out, and those guys might just be getting loose to get loose. But that would make me think that Halford's night will be done after just the inning of a third. Or third of an inning, I should say. Yelton fouls one out of play.
Actually, it might be, I think it actually is Patty McGonigal, not Brandon Rogers warming up the righty. So lefty and Landis, righty and McGonigal, I believe. We're looking through a couple nets down there to try and see the numbers for you.
Yeah, kind of tough to spot. As Yelton lifts one out into shallow left field and down, a base hit. Yelton's taking a turn around, heading for second. The throw is in time, but it gets away from the shortstop, and Yelton makes his way all the way over to third base. Well, a little blooper off the end of the bat. It would have been a tough play for Ryan, or rather Havens, who came in as a pinch hitter over at third base. He couldn't make the grab, and it rolled up near the tarp along the left field line. Yelton sprinting for second, and the throw had him beat by a couple steps. But Donlin was unable to corral the throw as it bounced, rolled into right field, and Yelton got over to third base, so it's a leadoff double, and then an error allows him to get all the way to third base, and an RBI chance now for Jose Vargas. And boy, this is a big chance for the HiToms. Tack on some runs. This first pitch is low for a ball to Vargas.
Roll it a double, and then an E5 on the throwing error that allowed Yelton to get all the way to third. That's what aggressive base running might do to you as the infield's in on the edge of the grass.
(2-0) now to Jose Vargas.
It's actually not who we thought it was. It's Donlin who moved over from second all the way to third that couldn't quite make the basket catch. Jeffers now in at second base. And then Havens came in, and he goes out to center field, it looks like.
Vargas laid on one, and he fouls it out of play.
It's actually not. They took Havens out and put Dolberry out into center field as a defensive substitution.
So a lot of changes for the Chili Peppers here. But the main thing that Donlin shifting over to third base as Vargas hits one sharply over to second. And making the play was the new second baseman for out number one.
Yeah,
and
Jeffers
look back,
with
Yelton.
Jeffers with a good snag over there. And that's the danger you run, is there's bigger holes when you come in on the edge of the grass, but that one hit right at Jeffers.
Jeffers was originally on the starting lineup as the starting second baseman, but was scratched late. But obviously okay, not dealing with any injuries or ill effects that kept him out of the game as he comes in as a defensive substitution. That ball is hit sharply, and an errant throw home. Well, it was a smart play by Donlin as he fielded it cleanly on a sharp hit ball, tried to throw it home, but spun around and didn't really set his feet and sent it sailing into the netting behind home plate. So Yelton able to score easily, the product of a couple errors. And another error on the left side of the infield, reaching was Joe Delaney. He's all the way over to second now on the errant throw. And A.J. Roush steps to the box. Well, the HiToms get a run in a very unconventional manner.
Yeah, big run there. Hard hit grounder in the hole at short. Good play over there by Furr to field it. Just an errant throw home. Now a chance for another run for the HiToms too.
Yeah, with Delaney's speed, check swing. And holding up was Roush at the plate, so it will be ball one. With Delaney's speed, you just got to put one past the infield, and there's a good chance he'll be able to come around and score. I wonder if we'll see DJ Russ put him in motion too. I would think not, because you don't want to run into an out at third base. You're trying to tack on, and you'll certainly trust the bats at the top of the order. Delaney does go. The throw is low, and in and out of the glove of Donlin. Delaney is safe. So I stand corrected. He's in with the stolen bag. 90 feet closer to home, and another great RBI opportunity here. One out and a man at third for A.J. Roush.
Yeah, infield comes in again, and the HiToms taking plenty of chances on the base pass with their speed. And that's 10 for 11 now on the season in stolen bases for Delaney.
Been just a remarkable year for the Southeastern Louisiana product. As the ball misses low, 2-0 to A.J. Roush. Now it's actually 3-0, I'll beg your pardon. As Ruffin comes set and deals home. Finds the outside corner for strike one as Roush flipped the bat. He thought that one was well off the plate, and it certainly looked like it was a little outside. Trackman would agree, as that one missed about 6 inches off the plate. And it's a 3-1 count, so now the good news, a hitter's count for A.J. Roush. And he lifts one on the right field line and foul out of play.
Yeah, well, anything into the outfield grass or lifted deep enough into the outfield would score Delaney from third. Doesn't even have to be too deep with Delaney's speed, so either a walk or anything to score the runner would be great here for A.J. Roush.
Roush 1 for 4 on the day with a single and a walk and a pair of runs. Trying to get Delaney in. He cannot as he goes down looking for strike 3. Well, Roush was ahead in that count 3-0 and displeased with a couple of the strike calls in that at-bat. That last one, though, looked like strike 3.
Yeah, you can't be mad about the last one. Certainly a case on the 3-0 pitch that missed outside but was called strike 1. But then that last one was a breaking ball, beautiful curve that landed right down the middle, and he took it for strike 3.
Now we have a stoppage in play as third base umpire Jesse West and home plate umpire John C. Thomas telling both teams to cool it out, and John C. Thomas actually walking over to the Chili Peppers dugout. And now James Bierlein talking to him, trying to get an explanation. I'm not sure what the complaint is. It looks like both dugouts tripping at each other some. I mean, Roush was not happy with the strikeout, but there's nothing that the Chili Peppers need to be upset about. Now it looks like we're getting warnings issued to both dugouts.
Not really sure what's the problem here. Not sure why we need to take 30 seconds to figure it out here. But nonetheless, big RBI opportunity for Weisner, who leads the team with 19.
Strike finds the zone to Weisner. Count is 1-1 to the slugging right fielder. He had his lone hit as the 2-run homer back in the first inning, and that's been it. Was reached 2 other times via the walk and an error, and he grounds one softly over to the right side. It's in time on a 4-3 putout to get Weisner, and that's how the inning ends. The HiToms tack on 1 run thanks to an error, and they extend the lead to 8-6. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 3 outs away from another victory for the HiToms. And they'll have to take care of the 6, 7, 8 hitters to do just that. We'll be back here for the conclusion of this game on HiToms Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Bottom of the 9th coming up. The Chilli Peppers down into their final 3 outs, and it'll be Jacob Halford still to try and close the door. We did see a couple men getting loose for the HiToms, so it was the case that DJ Rush just getting them warm in case Halford runs into any trouble here. And he'll deal with Hunter Gillum, Derek Bender, and then we'll see who the new 8-hole hitter is, as Willie Havenson batted in the 8th inning, but then came out for a defensive substitution. So we're not sure if it'll be Jeffers or the new center fielder.
Yeah, it could most likely Jeffers in that spot at the moment, but they could pinch hit for anybody at this stage of the game. McGonigal still warming for the HiToms.
Halford comes home with a fastball and the miss is high for ball 1. Gillum on the day, 1 for 3, a walk, a double, and a pair of strikeouts. And an RBI to his credit, too, on that double. 1-0 home is low for a ball. It makes it 2-0.
Well, you certainly don't want to give up free bases here to the Chilli Peppers. You would love to pound the zone. And if Gillum gets aboard via a hit, he gets a hit. But you don't want to put the tying run at the plate just via a free base.
2-0, just missed outside, 3-0. Couple borderline pitches not going Halford's way. And you got to think that Gillum will be taking all the way here on a 3-0 count, trying to get the leadoff runner on for the Chilli Peppers. That one finds the zone, 3-1. Peppers sitting at 17-15 overall on the year, but 4-5 in the second half. A win would get them back to 500 in that category and 3 over 500 on the season. As for the HiToms, they're trying to get back over 500 for the first time in a long time, as Halford finds the outside corner, 3-2. That time Gillum unhappy with the strike call.
And that's about the same spot where they got A.J. Roush for strike 1 in his AB, just off the outside corner, but it's been a generous strike zone as of late.
Generous, and the last couple innings consistent too now. As Gillum chops one high in the air, Brown feels it on a hop throw. It's going to be a close play, and Gillum just beats it out at first base. That ball took a high hop. I mean, 15 feet in the air maybe. Jared Brown had a long way to run. By the time it came down to his glove, made a great throw, but Gillum was just able to beat it out.
Yeah, good play by Jared Brown. Not a result of him not charging that, because he charged it, just took a hop, a good 20, 30 feet in the air off the area right out in front of home plate, and he made as good of a play as you could make, but just with the hit, infield single for Gillum as he beats it out.
The leadoff runner on, and ball low. To start off the 8 batter here. Or, excuse me, the 7-hitter, Derek Bender. He has to duck out of the way of a fastball high and tight. 2-0.
Yeah, well, you give Halford credit. He got back into the AB with throwing strikes, but now again a hitter's count for Bender as Halford is behind back-to-back ABs here to start the 9th.
Can't be working from behind. 3-0 and a ball that tails away outside. A good stop by Grins. A rather boisterous crowd here at Shepherd Stadium tonight. And they'll will their team on to victory. It's Jeffers who waits on deck.
Landis back up in the pen for the HiToms.
3-0 in the strike zone, 3-1. As that one chopped over to Jose Vargas. Throws on the first, and he gets the double play. Stepped on the bag himself, and the HiToms erase the leadoff hitter with another 4-3 double play. Jose Vargas has had a couple big plays tonight where he's just done it himself.
Yeah, he had one error earlier in the game where he just bobbled the ball and couldn't get it on the first in time, but he's had a couple big outs, including the last one to end the 8th where he stepped on the bag, and 2 4-3 double plays, as you said, Will. None bigger than this one. Give credit back to Halford again as he battles back in another AB that he was behind 3-0, and now he's 1 out away from winning it.
David Jeffers, the last chance for the Chili Peppers, takes a look at ball 1. Jeffers comes into the game as a defensive substitution in the 8th, but he gets an at-bat. And he's just trying to keep the Chili Peppers alive after Jose Vargas turns another double play. A swing and a miss, 1-1.
Well, a challenge fastball at 92 on the inner half. And just tipping that one into the glove of Grintz was Jeffers, as he had a huge cut for that fastball.
Halford gets his sign, kicks the leg and deals home. Finds the outside corner for strike 2. Halford sits at 3 saves on the season. If he can get this final strike here, it'll be save number 4. It'll be his longest save of the year, too, at an inning and a third. A 1-2 count to David Jeffers. Halford comes home, the pitch. Strike 3! Freezes Jeffers. That's the ball game. HiToms win. A nail-biter, and Halford fired up as he completes the 4-out save for the HiToms. They win it 8-6, and they finally get back over 500. First time since right after the All-Star break when they beat these Tri-City Chili Peppers to move to 13-12.
Yeah, great win tonight for the HiToms. Was never easy, despite getting off to a great start with 4 in the first off of the starter, Robert Perry, but still the HiToms battled all the way through. Pitching did just enough, and the offense added a couple key runs throughout the game, including that one in the top of the 9th to give Halford a little bit of insurance, and he slams the door despite getting behind 3-0 in back-to-back counts to start the the bottom of the 9th. He does his job, gets the big double play. He also got out of that jam in the 8th with a big-time effort on the mound for Jacob Halford. 4 saves so far on the season, and the HiToms back over 500, as we'll get you one last check of the CPL scoreboard. A couple big ones to keep our eyes on, and a couple scores that have gone the HiToms' way so far tonight. Ashboro loses 6-4 to Martinsville on the road, so the Zookeepers drop to 7-5. HiToms up to 5-4, technically just a half game out of first place now, as Savannah is now tied for the the West Division lead with the Zookeepers. Moorhead hangs on to win 3-2 over Peninsula. Final here is 8-6, and Wilmington trails 3-0 to Florence in a game that is suspended due to rain. And of course, that one game between the Bacon and the Blowfish was not played due to rain as well.
So there you have it. HiToms making up some ground with the win. They improved to 16-15 and overall 5-4 in the second half. The winning pitcher in this one, Win Scott, gets the dub out of the bullpen after going just one inning. The loser, Rojo Prairie. The save goes to Jacob Halford. That's number 4 for him on the season. And again, we'll take a look at the final lines here for the team. 6 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors for the Tri-City Chili Peppers. 8 runs for the HiToms on 7 hits. And a few more errors than that. They had 3 as well in this one. Well, again, final score here, 8-6. The HiToms the winners. Now they get back on the road home, as Tri-City will make the trek down to Thomasville tomorrow for the game. First pitch there will be 6:30. Then back on the road for HPT at Forest City, and before 2 more at home on Saturday. So an action-packed week coming up for the HiToms. What a chance to make up some ground and get near the top of the standings in the CPL, make that late playoff push. That's what it's all about right now. Andrew, any final thoughts before we go?
Just an impressive team win. Not easy to come into this atmosphere at Tri-City. Great crowd for the Chilli Peppers tonight at Shepherd Stadium, and an offensive night here in a shallow ballpark. HiToms used that to their advantage. 3 long balls. Great to see them hit the ball out of the ballpark and then hold on down the stretch. We've seen a couple games where it's gotten shaky, including tonight for the bullpen, but they did their job in a big-time win against an Eastern Conference foe in Tri-City. We'll see if the HiToms can get it done again tomorrow.
Yeah, it feels like a gritty win for the HiToms. Like I said, 3 homers. Pitching wasn't on its A game, but it did enough to get them the win.
And one more thing that you have to factor in is it was a great job by these HiToms to not let yesterday's loss affect them. And an exhibition game, they didn't play their best players maybe in the lineup, came out and lost to the Disco Turkeys, and they had short-term memory loss and came out tonight, forgot about that one yesterday, and got the job done on the road, especially with a hot start to help them get over the hump.
That's all you can do. Again, one last time, the final score, HiToms 8, Chilli Peppers 6. HiToms are 2-0 this season against Tri-City. They improve to 17-16 on the season, does HPT. We'll see you tomorrow. For Andrew Selliver, I'm Will Trubshaw signing off. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. HiToms win. Take care and have a good evening.